Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like for all of you to please stand, remove your headgear as we honor America with the playing of the national anthem. I'd like to give a brief history of the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association and present the board of directors. The Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association was founded in 1975 with Raymond Rapp of Westlaco serving as the first president. The purpose of the RGVCA is to raise scholarships for Valley athletes and also to recognize district champion coaches. The 43rd annual Meet of Champs is grateful for two Economy Awards for their continued support for the past 43 years. I'd like to present the RGV Board of Directors. 32-4A Director from La Feria, Evie Sanchez. 32-5A Director from Brownsville Veterans, David Cantu. 32-6A Director from Westlaco, Paulo Almaguer. 31-5A Director from Sharyland, Craig Krill. 31-6A Director from Edinburgh, J.J. Leja. Vice President from Nikki Rowe, Bobby Flores. The past President from Gruya, Abel Gonzalez. The President-elect from Head Coach Elsa, Christian Navarro. And your President for the current year from Harlingen South, Mr. Ralph De La Rosa. This gentleman put a lot of time into putting together the Meet of Champs. Now for the honorees of today. The Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association honors one or two individuals every year. Today's honorees, let's go ladies first. Catherine Abenanti Howell. On the award stand, please. Coach Howell began her coaching career in Mission Junior High in 1979. She then moved to the high school level, track and field and cross country in '85 in Westlaco, and then in Mission. In 1991, Mission Eagle girls cross country team won a state championship. 12 state cross country appearances, over 30 district championships in cross country and track over the past 39 years. For the last 15 years, Coach Howell has been at Mission Veterans Memorial, where the track team has won 12 district championships and has sent numerous athletes to the regional meet. Coach Howell graduated from Mission High School and went to John F. Kennedy College in Nebraska on a track scholarship. She finished with a master's degree at the University of Texas Pan American with a mid-management. Coach Howell was inducted into the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame in 2010. Family, husband Larry Howell, daughters Karen and Dana, sons Chris, Mike, and Johnny Howell. Johnny Howell will be competing in Houston. In the words of Coach Howell, I have had some fantastic years with athletes and coaches alike in the junior high to high school. The moments that they have given me since I have started my career will be remembered forever. Track and field is a passion, and I'm blessed to have had the opportunity to work with some excellent coaches and athletes in the Rio Grande Valley. Ladies and gentlemen, one of our honorees for tonight, Catherine Abenanti Howell. Our next honoree, Mr. A.C. Leanda. A.C. Leanda was born in Raymondville a few years back, 1945. He graduated from Bishop High School, where he played football and ran track, and then attended Pan American University, where he played baseball, graduated in '69. He began his coaching career in junior high and Mission in '69, and up to '77 when he moved up to be the head coach in track and cross country, a position he held until 2011. During his tenure at Mission High School, A.C. Leanda faced the likes of great Valley coaches such as Jimmy Platt, the late Boxer Hernandez, and Homer Martinez. After winning the district title in '89, Coach Leanda established the Mission Eagles as a dominant track and field team, winning 4 district titles in the '90s and 10 from 2000 to 2012, total of 16. He was inducted into the Rio Najo Baseball Hall of Fame in 2013. A.C. Leanda devoted 42 years to coaching athletes at Mission. He is married to Elvira Leanda and has 3 children, Dina Villarreal, Ricky Leanda, and David Leanda. Ladies and gentlemen, our honorary for tonight, A.C. Leanda.
Welcome, everyone, to the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champion Track and Field Invitational, coming to you live from WISD and KWES on the Facebook page. And Bobby Lackey Stadium. Coach John Boswell along with Mike Gonzalez here to watch the best the Valley has to offer in track and field. First event that we will see tonight will be the 3,200-meter run. We'll catch you up on field events that happened earlier today during the race. Also, there'll be a package later in the program presented by the main man, Carlos Robledo, on the field events. And I'd like to thank everyone for being here and following this track meet on Facebook. WISD, Mike, is what?
The right choice.
And open enrollment.
Absolutely. It was announced this week by the school board. Open enrollment now. Anybody that lives outside of Weslaco can now come to Weslaco ISD.
And it's 85 degrees. But, Mike, I think one of the things that could be an issue, especially as far as records go tonight, the winds out of the south-southeast at 19 miles an hour. And for about the last 36 hours have been a very steady wind. And that should make the straight races be ran across the track from us on the east side going south to north for the 100 and the hurdles. Everything else that circles the track will start and finish as always. I'll look at the 200, I'm sure, also as far as where it stops and finishes. The 16 girls who qualified to run in the 3,200-meter run are as follows. From Weslaco, Samantha Cienfuegos. Also from Weslaco, Destiny Longoria. From Mercedes, Soledad Cruz. At Cal Elsa's, Haley Villapando. Frontier, Sabrina Garcia. Sherilyn, Ariana Gomez. Rio Hondo, Jasmine Rangel. Pioneer, Nidia de la Garza. Pioneers, Ana Hernandez. La Feria, Dariana Vasquez. From Wesco East, Tessie Garcia. Progreso's Lisbeth Rivera. Andrea De La Rosa from McAllen. Alana Moreno from Sherryland. Valerie Diaz, and the fastest qualifier, Mike, from Palmview, Brianna Robles ran 11 minutes, 13.07 seconds. And they will be on the track on a windy, warm day from Bobby Lackey Stadium.
And as you mentioned, Coach, this is the meet of champions. This is the best of the best from across the Rio Grande Valley, from as far east as Port Isabel, Brownsville, coming all the way west to Roma High School. Yesterday, they had the prelims. Correct me if I'm wrong, Coach, but I believe the boys took place at PSJA
Well, I know
Stadium
the 6A boys were
The 6A
PSJ.
boy. And then here at Westlaco, we had the girls.
6A girls.
The 6A girls, and so the top 8 runners or in field events, the top 8 qualified for today's competition.
The distance run 16 will run in a race.
And so, yes, we're talking about best of the best across the Rio Grande Valley. So those that are watching that have family outside of Westlaco, outside of the Mid-Valley, please let your friends and your family, any loved ones across the valley, to watch us on Facebook.
Well, I said this for years, and I've coached in this meet and been an official in this meet. Also, this is harder to get into than regionals, Mike. There 8 teams will run in the 400-meter relay in just a moment, and there'll be more representatives in the 400 relay in regionals than 8 teams, because we're talking 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and private schools are all represented in this track meet.
So the best way, Coach, to put it is, it doesn't matter where you finish today. Of course, you want to win first, but just to even participate in tonight's event, gosh, that's already a big accomplishment.
Well, and every year there's some surprises. There's some private school or St. Joe's runner or somebody from one of the 2 or 3As that really steps up and says, hey, look, we can do it at the smaller schools too. But, of course, the 6As usually dominate as a team. Guns up, and the race is off in the girls' 3,200-meter run. Now, while this 3,200-meter run is going on for the girls, Mike will recap the field event.
Okay, let's start off with the girls' high jump. In 6th place, we had Anel Rodriguez out of Harlingen South. In 5th place was Tara Porter out of PSJ Memorial. In 4th place is Isabella Villarreal out of Edinburgh Vela. In 3rd place is Charlize de la Garza out of Mission Vets Memorial. In 2nd place is Valerie Tobias out of IDEA Edinburgh. And in 1st place with a jump of 5
feet 4.
5 feet 4 is Hannah Kelly out of McAllen High.
That's a pretty good jump there, Mike. Looks like we have a clean start here. The girls are about 300 meters into the 3,200. What's the next field event you got there?
Next event is the girls pole vault. In 6th place is Emerald Belmares out of Donham. 5th place is Ashley Gonzalez out of PSJ Memorial. In 4th place is Sarah Solis out of McAllen High. In 3rd place is Michelle Aranda out of PSJ High. In 2nd place is Victoria Barrios out of PSJ Memorial. And in 1st place with a throw of a jump, out of 12 feet 2 inches is Bianca Cardenas out of Ed Calchasa.
Impressive girls, 12'2" pole vault.
Okay, now the girls long jump. 6th place we have Yasmin Martinez out of Harlingen. In 5th place is Kelly Hasenfluck out of Mission Sherryland. In 4th place is Jacqueline Alaniz out of McAllen Row. In 3rd place is Shana Alvarado out of Ed Couch Elsa. In 2nd place is Brisa Guzman out of Westlaco East. And in 1st place with a jump of 18 feet flat is Eleanor Arndt out of Westlaco High.
And as the girls run the 3,200-meter run, let's see if we can pick up the leader of the race right now. From Palmview, we're in the number 1. Brianna Robles in the lead in the girls' 3,200-meter run.
All right, Coach, and moving on to the girls' triple jump. In 6th place, we have Heaven de Andad out of Mission Sherryland. In 5th place is Lisa Marie Sanchez out of Westlaco High. In 4th place is Stephanie Trevino out of Monte Alto. In 3rd place is Charlize de la Garza out of Mission Vets Memorial. In 2nd place is Jacqueline Alaniz out of McAllen Row. And in 1st place with a jump of 36 feet, 4.50 inches is Giovanni Solis out of McAllen Row.
And, Mike, there's one of those situations. We had a young lady from Monte Alto step up with the big girls, take 4th place. Outstanding job. Now, a reminder, there will be no team champion. This is all about individual events and the meet of champions. So there will not be a championship team in this meet.
And the great thing about that, Coach, is you mentioned the young lady from Monte Alto, Stephanie Trevino, finishing in the top 6, 7, and 8 in the valley with the schools like McAllen Row, Mission Vets, Sherryland. This is motivation that can carry into district for her.
And confirmation that you're doing the right things and you're pretty good. And you can compete with the big girls. So when you go in your own district and your own regional meet, you'll have that much more confidence.
Absolutely.
So leading right now, number 1, Brianna Robles from Palmview, and second, Valeria Diaz from Sherryland in the girls' 3,200-meter run.
All right, Coach, let's move on to the girls' shot put. In 6th place was Brianna Sanchez out of Edinburgh High. In 5th place is Mackenzie Contreras out of Edcal Chelsea. In 4th place was Sierra Gonzalez out of Weslaco High. In 3rd place was Brittany Cantu out of Edinburgh Economides. In 2nd place was Abigail Flores out of Rio Grande City, La Grulla. And in 1st place, with a throw of 37 feet 1 inch, is Charlize Salinas out of Mission Veterans.
Nice throw, Charlize. Congratulations. And those two girls, Mike, are stretching the lead here in the girls' 3,200-meter run. Robles and Diaz out front, number 1, number 2, as they qualified. And what do we have next?
All right, Coach, moving on to the girls' discus. In 6th place was Heaven Lozano out of PSGA North. In 5th place was Natalia Soto out of Donna North. In 4th place was Lorena Rios out of McAllen Row. In 3rd place was Sierra Gonzalez out of Weslaco High. 2nd place was Brittany Cantu out of Edinburgh Economides. And in 1st place with a throw of 148 feet 3 inches was Abigail Flores out of Grulla High School in Rio Grande City.
Oh, nice throw there. 148, Mike. That's a nice throw by her. Brianna Robles starting to stretch her lead a little bit there on Valerie Diaz from Palmview. She's out front, Palmview now about 15 meters. And let's see if we can finish up this girls' field events. Are we done?
Well, I think we're done, Coach. Let's move on to the boys. First event was the high jump. In 6th place was Caleb Arthur out of Mercedes. 5th place was Noah Trevino out of Edinburgh Vela. In 4th place was Adrian Morales out of Harlingen South. In 3rd place was Parker Barrett out of Sherland Pioneer. In 2nd place was Daniel Ramirez out of Harlingen High. And in 1st place, with a jump of 6 feet 5 inches, was Pete Segura out of Edinburgh Economides.
6'5" jump. Nice jump there.
Okay. Now moving on to the boys pole vault. In 6th place was Derek Barrios out of PSG Memorial. In 5th place was Adrian Solis out of Mission Sherryland. In 4th place was Nathan Salinas out of PSGA North. In 3rd place was Carlos Guerrero out of Edcal Chelsea. In 2nd place is Marcus Ramirez out of Harlingen South. And in 1st place with a jump of 15 feet 7 inches was John Zapata out of Weslaco High. And I think that's a new school record, Coach.
Well, and he's jumping on his home pit in a windy day. Nice job by John Zapata there from Weslaco in the pole vault. And there she is, Brianna Robles, way out in front now, stretching her lead in the girls' 3,200-meter run. I'd say she's about 60 or 70 meters in the lead, Mike.
Okay, Coach, so let's move on to the boys' long jump. In 6th place was Eric Calatan out of Harlingen High. In 5th place was Jose Achavaria out of Brownsville Lopez. In 4th place was Pete Segura out of Edinburgh Economides. In 3rd place was Mark Ledesma out of Mercedes. In 2nd place was Sebastian Gonzalez out of Mission High. And in 1st place with a jump of 21 feet 9.25 inches is Julian Trevino out of La Feria High.
Well, there's another one of those situations where La Feria steps up, wins the boys' long jump in the 2018 Meet of Champions track meet. And there she is, Brianna Robles, running kind of by herself here. Let's see if we can pick up how much a lead she has. And
you see a good angle there, Coach.
That's about 70 meters, Mike.
Yeah. That's how long would you say, Coach? About 50 yards, perhaps longer?
Oh, about
more?
70.
About 70 yards there.
Yeah, let's get another triple jump.
Okay, boys triple jump. It's 6th place was Samuel Cerda out of Progreso. In 5th place is Joey Zarate out of Brownsville Venice Memorial. In 4th place is Victor Segovia out of Edinburgh Vela. In 3rd place is Leo Cantu out of Mission Vets Memorial. In 2nd place is Gabriel Gonzalez out of Weslaco High. And your 1st place winner with a jump of 43 feet, 3.25 inches is Marco Guajardo out of PSGA High.
Wow, that's a pretty nice jump there. And here she comes at the 8-minute mark. Brianna Robles. Appears she's going to be the wire-to-wire winner. Let's see if this is the gun lap.
just about 8 seconds off meet record pace.
I'm not sure, but she's
Results
way
of
out
the
in
boys'
front.
high jump in
And what do we
sixth
got? Two
place,
more, Mike?
Caleb
Let's get those
Alter,
shot put
seventh.
done here.
Boys shot
Fifth
put,
place,
sixth
Noah
place was
Trevino,
Jaime Gomez
Edward
out
Bella.
of Rio Grande City.
Fourth place,
In
Adrian
fifth place
Morales,
was
Harlingen
Raul
South.
Tito Cantu out of McAllen High.
The
In
award
fourth
stand,
place
third
was
place,
Chase Harrell
Parker Barrett,
out of Harlingen
out
South.
here at 6 feet
In
2.
third place was Johnny Howell out of Sharyland Pioneer.
Second place, Daniel
In
Ramirez,
second place is
Arlington,
Diego
6 feet
Trevino
4.
out of PSGA Southwest. And in
your
first
meet of
place,
champs
coach, with a
champion,
throw of 58 feet, 5.50 inches, is Andrew Ott out of Harlingen South.
Nice throw by Harlingen South there. And here she comes. She's still way out in front. That is Brianna Robles from Palmview. This is the girls' 3,200-meter run. And the last field event, I believe we got to get through, is the boys' discus.
Okay, in sixth place was Mario Peña out of Rio Grande City. Fifth place was Felix Hernandez out of Edinburgh Vela. In fourth place was Benjamin Ruiz out of Harlingen South. In third place was Pablo Zolesi out of St. Joseph Academy. In second place is Andres Boden out of Brownsville Veterans Memorial. And in first place, with a throw of 179 feet 11 inches, is Sky Tatum out of Harlingen South.
Just a couple weeks ago here in the same stadium, Sky Tatum threw 181. So yeah, very consistent with the 179. Congratulations to all the field event winners and everybody that participated in the field events. There'll be a package you'll see on the broadcast a little later highlighting all those field event champions. And there she is, Brianna Robles. Her qualifying time was 11 minutes, 13.07 seconds. Mike, can you tell me what the record is here in the Meet of Champs in the 3,200? I believe it's in the.
It would be in the here in the program that
there we go. Meet of
here, Meet of
records.
Champions.
We're looking for girls 3,200 meter run.
12 feet 2 inches.
Is that the girls right there?
Meet of Champs record. A new Bailey's best.
So we're looking for the 3,200.
Here we go.
She owns the record
Last year, Brianna Robles,
at 10:40 what?
49.57.
10:49.57. Well, she's not going to break the record because it's 10:55 right now. She ran 11 minutes 13 seconds yesterday. She's going to win this going away. Let's see if we can't get an idea what her time might be. 11 minutes and about 10 seconds, Mike.
So she beat her prelim time from
Right,
yesterday.
but not her record.
Not a record.
I don't know if this girl is finishing or has been lapped. Appears she is going on. His next runner ought to be from Sherryland. There she comes. We're in the number 2. She qualified with a time of 11:22. She's going to run 11:38, and that is Valeria Diaz. See if we can pick up third place here. Not sure who that is.
Any winner?
But that's third place right there. We'll get you the results as soon as they stick them in our hot little hands. Great job by the people here at WISD in the press box at Bobby Lackey Stadium.
And for those that don't know, Coach, the 3,200-meter run is what, 8 laps?
8 laps.
8 laps. So that's a lot of circles that they have. These young ladies have to run.
You know, using the old school vernacular, that's the 2-mile run.
Yeah.
The metric mile is 4 laps or around 1,600 meters. Girls finishing strong there. See some of the people who run the event, Coach Morales and Coach Paula Martinez. They're around the finish line. They're kind of mainstays of track and field here at WISD. I'd like to thank everybody involved in this track meet, everybody from the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association who will sponsor an all-star football game coming up at some point in May. Stay tuned for that time. The site should be here at Bobby Lackey Stadium. But here tonight you have myself, Coach John Boswell, Mike Gonzalez, Carlos Robledo, Don Ramirez, Vinny Berry, Val Zamora, Mario Palacios running replays, Darlene Gracia running everything. Mike Palacios, the new old member of K-West, and of course our director tonight, Don Ramirez, and these great pictures coming from the talented people that I just mentioned, making Mike and I sound and look good.
Absolutely, Coach. And something new here at KOS TV is the new camera angle that we're bringing to you on the other side, Coach, where now we could get a good angle of the runners when they're on the, what would you call it, Coach, the east side of the track?
Yes, the east side of the track.
And so I know in meets before, you and I would have to kind of eyeball it to see who's in first place, who's in second. And a lot of times these races are very competitive and very close. Well, now with that new camera angle, we're going to get some great shots out of that. And there's our boy Vinny Berry is out there.
Well, we're going to get those good shots, Mike, and we're also on the races that finish over there on that far side. We're going to get a down-the-line look at those finishes. So,
as we see a replay here of the young lady from La Jolla finishing strong.
Yeah, running into the shade of the stadium. That'll go away when the sun sets. We're looking at about 6 o'clock Central Time. Boys will step up now and run 3,200. And here are the qualifiers. Jonathan Vega, Progreso. Victor Leos from Frontier. Gerardo Gallardo from Progreso. Fernando Escobar from Harlingen. Albino Rodriguez, Ed Cauchelsa. Jeremy Nino from Vela. Leo Pena, Hanna. Alejandro Lopez, Rio Grande City. Trevor Williams, McAllen Memorial. Julian Fuentes from Mercedes, Evan Williams, McAllen Memorial, Everardo Esparza from Progreso, Lupe Reyes, Mercedes, Marco Castro, Mission, Tristan Pena from Edinburgh North, and your fastest qualifier from PSJ Memorial, Cruz Gomez. He qualified with a time of 9 minutes and 24.8 seconds, Mike. That's a pretty good run. Guns up in the boys' 3,200-meter run. And there's the start. Let's see if it's a clean start. Mike, they have to clear the curve before it's a clean start. And again, a reminder, you will not hear us mentioning team points or which team is in the lead because there are no team points in the Meet of Champions.
The Meet of Champs record set by Honoree via Brownsville, Henna.
All right, Coach, let's go over the results of the girls' 3,200-meter run. In 6th place was Lisbeth Rivera out of Progreso. In 5th place was Sabrina Garcia out of Frontier. In 4th place was Andrea De La Rosa out of Brownsville Rivera. In 3rd place is Doriana Vasquez out of La Feria. In 2nd place is Valeria Diaz out of Mission Sharyland. And in 1st place with a run of 11:10.94 is Brianna Robles out of La Jolla Palmview.
Congratulations, Brianna, and all the runners there in the girls' 3,200-meter run. And right now the boys are holding true to their numbers and they're qualifying. Cruz Gomez from PSJ Memorial is your leader. You see number 3 and number 2 right there behind him. That would be Tristan Pena and Marco Castro. And this is the boys' 3,200-meter run.
6th place, Lisbeth Rivera, Progreso.
See, in the previous meets that we've done together, Coach, a lot of times the 3,200-meter boys and girls take place in the morning, correct?
Right.
And so now they're doing it here and late in the afternoon. So does it affect the runners as far as you know, the temperature? It's probably warmer right now versus in the morning.
Well, in most track meets nowadays, they only have to run the 3,200-meter one time. Whether it be Saturday morning, Friday morning, early Friday afternoon, whenever. They had to run it yesterday to qualify to be in today's race.
Right.
And then run it again. And then most of these runners will turn around at about 8:30 tonight and run the 1,600-meter run.
Wow. That's amazing.
A few of them will step back and run the 800 coming up here in about an hour.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Some guys run the 32 and 8. Some guys run the 32 and 16.
So these athletes are just in tremendous shape to be able to participate and to do this at a high level.
Well, even their district meets, they'll only have to run it once. Regionals, I believe, they may have to run it one time.
The preparation for this race, is it any different than the other ones?
Well, it's just this is a longer distance. We're talking 2 miles. We're talking In the college level, they run a 5K, which is 3.2 miles. This is 2 miles even. The miler might be actually, in some ways, the 1,600-meter runner that's really good might be a little more of a sprinter. A little more endurance is involved in the 32. You see Cruz Gomez, Mike, we're going to have to keep an eye on that record from BSJ Memorial, jumping way out there. He was only 5 seconds off the Meet of Champions record, which is a 9:19. He ran 9:24 yesterday, and he is already
he's
about 20 meters ahead, Mike.
Yeah, he's separating himself pretty good now. He's going on a pretty good pace.
But, yeah, there's a little bit of an effect. But by this point in a runner's career, he should be able, because, you know, they had to qualify in the 32 and the 16 yesterday and turn around and do that again today. You don't do that at very many track meets.
So once they were done yesterday, what did the coach tell them? Make sure to go home, get a good night's sleep.
Again, these guys know. The first thing, the most important thing you'll see the distance runners do is they cool down well. They will jog. They usually will pull their shoes off, and they'll jog up to a mile.
Wow.
Following this race, they'll stretch, and then they'll get warm-ups on usually to keep their muscles. And then fluid is a big deal. But, you know, I don't know how late they got home, if they had to travel to qualify yesterday. But they didn't have to get up super early today. Nothing started here until 2 o'clock. So if they came with the team, they've been here since 2 o'clock. It's currently 6:07. So, you know, it's been a pretty easy day overall.
They got their rest.
They should have.
Okay.
You know, one of the coach's jobs when you get to the site is you have mats to lay on, and I want you off your feet. I don't want you wandering around watching the shot put and stuff, because every step a guy like this takes is a step that he doesn't need to take.
Right. And we do see that a lot as you walk around before the meets, as you'll see a lot of these athletes, you know, just loosen up a little bit, maybe listen to some music.
Nap,
or
even nap.
Right, take a good nap and stay off your feet. And get you know, focus and prepare mentally.
Right. So we have a big lead here. Cruz Gomez over Tristan Pena from Edinburgh North. He's out in front of second place, a good 30 meters now. See, it's 5:20. He's running at a record of 9:19.
Running second, Tristan
You see in this meet, they have that inside curve marked off with cones, and they have curve judges on those curves. They will see that at area. They will see that at regionals. They will see that at state. Because you go to some open meets, there's no curve judges and there's no cones, and the kids run inside of the line, which is technically illegal. But if there's nobody there to judge it, why wouldn't you take the shortest route you can?
Sure. So today, if somebody decides to cut through that corner inside that cone, they will be disqualified, correct?
Well, 3 continuous steps, and yes, you could be disqualified. 1 step over there, no. They're going to hug the inside of the lane, but you don't want 3 steps outside the lane. Continuous steps. If your left foot steps out every time, that's not a big deal. That's not continuous steps. You have to be both feet 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Nice. That's the camera angle we're talking about. Vinny Berry, great job over there on the northeast side on the finish area platform, getting that camera shot. Great job by the guys in the box. Don, Darlene, Mike, and Mario Palacios, and of course, guys on the camera just doing excellent work
Cruz
tonight.
Gomez, BSJ Memorial, earlier Valley's best at 9:24.
You're watching K-West, WISD's television station, live on Facebook.
6.
I'd like to thank Dr. Priscilla Canales for
We're at
her support of
7:07.
K-West and all things WISD, the school board. I saw a few of those guys, Mike, over in the hospitality area.
About 4
A
seconds
good
off
number
record
of our
pace.
school board members are either ex-athletes or ex-coaches.
So when it comes to sports here at
Tristan
Weslaco
Pena,
ISD, there's a lot of
for
support
second.
there. And in bringing
Marco
events
Castro,
here
Mission,
to Bobby
23rd.
Lackey Stadium,
Oh, absolutely.
where we house probably the best stadium here in the Valley in South Texas.
Yeah, as a showcase, Mike.
Absolutely.
You want to showcase your facility and your people, and when we talk about open enrollment, If you want your child involved in all these things and have all the things that WISD promotes, including athletics, academics, and all other things, and have them highlighted on the World Wide Web by the quality of TV station that is KWES, then look into that open enrollment and get your kid to Weslaco.
Starting the 2018-2019 school year. We look forward to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 lap to go. This is
We have a new turf here, as everybody can see, and a new track. How does that help an athlete, Coach, when you have a new track?
Well, it's going to be a consistency, and technology continues to improve. The original track put in the stadium was not a high-quality racetrack. Coach Platt at the time wanted a good workout track. And so that's what they chose for the first track, and those of you that can think back that far, it was black.
I remember, Coach.
Because it cost money to make it a color.
Right.
Black didn't cost anything. So, you know, when you build a new stadium, you got to put a track around it. You got to think money. Here we go, Mike. 8:51. He's running at a time of 9:19. I don't think anyone's pushing him. I don't think he's going to be anywhere near 9:19. He's 200 meters now, 150 meters away. He's going to have to cover that 150 meters in about 13 seconds. He's starting to lap runners. He's at about 100 meters out. He's not going to get 9:19.
You can see there he's trying to turn it up a few notches there in the last 200 meters or so. He wants to finish as strong as possible. But you're right, Coach. The record won't be broken, but just look at the hustle of that young man.
9:28-ish, Mikey ran 9:24 yesterday. He's capable, I believe, of going 9:19, but he was so far out in front in that race. Number 2 here is Pena from Edinburgh North, and number 8 is Trevor Williams from McAllen Memorial. Once again, we will have those final results as soon as they stick them in our hands. Number 3, Marco Castro from Mission. Number 6, Evan Williams from McAllen Memorial. We had Trevor Williams and Evan Williams. I'm going to imagine they're brothers. And you see everybody else finishing. One thing we talked about, Mike, people of all levels here, Progresso had 3 runners in this race.
Wow.
Of the 16 runners, Progresso High School had 3.
And Progresso, Coach, they are known for their track and field, their cross country, and soccer programs over there. A very healthy program there in our neighboring town, south of Weslaco.
Yeah, a little town to the south. Nice job by the coaches and the athletes from Progresso. Like I said, that's 3 in that race. That's very impressive. Now, according to our schedule, Mike, following this run, they're going to take a little bit of time to do field event presentations. I assume that we will follow that with our KWES cameras, as the next race is not scheduled to start until 6:30. Here comes the final 100 meters or so. That's Cruz Gomez from PSG Memorial. The Wolverines, as it says there, are number 1. And Gomez went start to finish as the winner in the boys' 3,200-meter run. Coming to you from the Meet of Champs, there's the race for second.
Let me repeat.
And it looks like Pena going to finish in second place from Edinburgh North. One of the Williams boys from McAllen Memorial looks like he was in third, but we will give you those results as soon as we can. So it looks like they're going to get this race maybe going a little bit. No, it's coming up on 6:30, Mike. So let's look at the lane assignments again. Lane 1, Rio Hondo. Lane 2, Sherryland. Lane 3, Weslaco. Lane 4, fastest qualifier, McAllen. Lane 5, Palmview. Lane 6, Hannah. Lane 7, Ed Couch-Elsa. Lane 8, La Feria. Mike, what's the record in this?
The record is was set in 2007 400-meter relay by Rio Grande City with a time of 48.74.
And the fast qualifier ran 50.37, so they're really going to have to move. Now, this wind may help one of the runners over there, but it's going to hinder another. So let's see how that worked out. Right in the middle of the track, though, lane 3, 4, 5, and 6. All those teams ran very similar times to qualify.
So we expect a pretty competitive race here then, Coach, would you say?
Well, you know, it comes down then to start and the handoff.
And as a matter of fact, Coach, I had a chance to talk to Pablo Amarguer during the field events, and I always like to pick his brain. He's been around track for so many years as a former athlete. Well, Pablo, what should I look for in the girls' side of things? He goes, Mike, all the races are going to be great, all of them.
Well, it should be.
So,
you know, this is the best of the best. You're going to have very few kids get smoked because they had to qualify. Mike, the fastest team ran 50.3. The slowest team this race ran 53.6. That's not a long distance.
right, we're talking
less than 3 seconds.
3 seconds, right. So this should be fun.
So really pay attention to lane 3, 4, 5, and 6, but you never know when somebody surprises you. Handoffs are going to be hugely important.
As we saw in the Jimmy Platt, Coach, a few weeks ago, we saw a few of those missed handoffs and the baton falling down, and yeah, you just never know.
You know, out of the zone, all these teams are good enough they shouldn't have any zone problems. But right there in the middle of the track, 3, 4, 5, and 6, we're going purple, Palmview is reddish, I believe, maybe black, and Hannah Brown. There's Weslaco, their leadoff runner. That should be Jenna Martinez if they're running in the order listed.
All stations are ready.
And there they are.
When you're ready to go.
Lane 4 and 5 ran identical times in qualifying. Weslaco and Hannah ran nearly identical times in qualifying. 50.69 for Weslaco, 50.70 for Hannah. So this one will be exciting, Mike. And Mr. Tony Trejo with a gun, ready to start the girls' 400-meter relay. Looks like a clean start, Mike. And wow, the team in lane 6.
That'd be Bronzo Hannah.
That Palmview. I'm sorry, that's lane 5. Palmview.
Great handoff there.
Weslaco on the move. Palmview. Here comes Hannah. And right now, Palmview.
This is Palmview.
And let's see how he come down the stretch here, Mike. Palmview. McAllen and Weslaco neck and neck. But barring any disqualifications, Palmview, Weslaco, McAllen, I believe, is your top 3. There in the girls 4x100-meter relay. There's the handoff right there. Palmview, runner number 2. That would be Mariana Hernandez, really jumped their team out ahead. But let's look at second and third right there. The runner from Weslaco pulls ahead in lane 3.
Well, look at third place, Coach.
And third place could be Hannah. So we'll have to see how that comes back.
A strong finish there by
But
Bronzo
no
Hannah.
question about the winner of the girls' 400-meter relay. Now making their way into their lanes for the boys' 400-meter relay In lane 1, Pioneer. Lane 2, Santa Rosa. Lane 3, San Benito. Lane 4, fastest qualifier, Harlingen. Lane 5, Rivera. Lane 6, Weslaco East. Lane 7, La Feria. And in lane 8, Rio Grande City. Harlingen ran 43.6. Rivera 43.7. They are your favorites here in the boys 400-meter relay.
And the record, Coach, was set in 1995 by Harlingen South with a time of 42.54.
And I think we're safe. If it wasn't windy, maybe we're not safe, but I think we're safe. So you want to quickly hit the girls' results?
Okay, Coach. The results of the girls 4x100-meter relay was in 6th place, Mission Sherryland. 5th place was Ed Couch Elsa. 4th place was McAllen High. 3rd place was Brownsville Hannah. 2nd place was Weslaco High. And in 1st place with a time of 49.63 is La Jolla Palmview.
Good job, La Jolla Palmview. Broke 50 seconds there. And the record was 48.74, so they're still about a second off the record. But great run by them in the finals of the girls 400-meter relay. And next up is the boys. As soon as everybody gets their block set, they'll get on the track and get running. Next event will be the 800-meter run, girls followed by boys.
We talk about records, Coach. Having a record for the Meet of Champions, it's a pretty big deal because this is the 43rd annual Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions. So, I mean, if you have a record in the Meet of Champions, that's something to be proud of.
Let's see what the oldest record is, Mike. I see 1986 long jump, Ray Ramirez. He may be the coach at Rio Grande City now. 86, Ray Ramirez, the 200-meter dash. Ray Ramirez, the 100-meter dash. That's the same guy. 1980, 1,600-meter run, Richard Longoria. 1980, Mike, is the oldest record.
Wow. And if we look at the girls' side, 1980. Well, here we go. 1981. We have a
Darby Bruning
from Brownsville, Hannah. She's a member of the Rio Grande Valley Sports Hall of Fame now, I think.
And there's a 1980, Patsy Sanchez in the 200-meter dash. So there's some records that are 37 years old, 38 years old.
Right. And we got Maggie Salinas from PSGA High back in 1980 in the 800-meter dash, also setting a record. So, yes, something to be proud of, Coach.
And here we go. Guns up for the boys. 4x100-meter relay. Mr. Tony Trejo is your starter of this race. And it looks like we have a clean start, Mike. Looking at the middle of the track, the runners from Harlingen, fastest qualifiers.
La Feria and Rio Grande City.
Looks like clean handoffs all across the way.
Fastest qualifier,
and Harlingen is really moving.
Lane number 4.
Here's the handoff right here. Harlingen on the curve. There's about 5 teams. Weslaco East, I believe, Mike, running well out front, and they're going to hand it off. Weslaco East, that looks like Jaime Banuelos. Uh-oh, here comes
Brownsville Rivera.
Rivera 1, East 2. And it could have been Santa Rosa in 3rd. Let's see how that goes again. Nice job there. Harlingen had a drop baton, Mike.
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah, it looked like Harlingen was going to make a move there in the last 100-meter, but give credit to Brownsville Hannah there. Brownsville Rivera, excuse me. Just a great finish.
And in lane 1, that's Pioneer actually in 3rd place.
6th place.
So if Julian Tarves, coach from Brownsville Rivera, Tavares, if that's who it was, the final runner, just you got to tip your hat off to him. Just a terrific finish there.
Let's look at the girls who qualified while we're waiting on those results. From Weslaco, Savannah Mendez. From Harlingen South, Lindsay Zamorano. Yelena Ramirez from Rowe. Macy Henderson from McAllen Memorial. Annalisa Rodriguez, La Feria. Alma Sanchez, Palmview. Jaslyn Ayala, Rio Hondo. Gabriela Ramirez, Pioneer. Soledad Cruz, Mercedes. From Wesco East, Maria Elena Diaz. From Mission Vets, Nyla Vela. Liliana Perez from Vela. Vanessa Cerda at Calcelsa. Robbie Sue Esperqueta from La Villa. Bailey Villalone from Palmview. And the fastest qualifier with a time of 2 minutes 12.23 seconds, Valerie Tobias from Idea Edinburgh.
And we just mentioned a few minutes ago, Coach, Maggie Salinas. She does have the record for the 800-meter dash out of PSJ High, set in 1980 with a time of 2:14.24.
Mike, that's in danger here. Valerie Tobias from Idea Edinburgh qualified with a time of 2:12. If she can repeat that, she will be the new record holder for the meet of champs in the girls 800-meter relay. 800-meter run.
That we're talking 2 whole seconds there, Coach, huh?
Right.
So that's very impressive there. So yeah, let's keep an eye on that.
And there they are. Tobias in the green, wearing the number 1 to the right of your screen. Got the headband on, the long sleeves. That's the young lady who set the pace. I see outstanding former track athlete there in the purple with the W on his chest. That's Jaime Cavazos.
His record was broken today on the pole vault earlier.
Right, and he outstanding pole vaulter back in the day. Brother, outstanding quarterback.
Well, it was a school record is what it was, Coach.
Right. The meet record is 16 feet. We went 15.7 today. That's not a meet record.
Right.
Jaime outstanding back in the 90s.
Yes, he and I went to high school together. He graduated a few years ahead of me, but I just remember him in the basketball program, an excellent shooter, and then after basketball season, moving on to track.
And the dad of Weslaco quarterback, Jacob Cavazos, who we saw on the baseball field last night.
Right. Going to be a junior next year.
Yes, he will. And here comes the official results, Mike. Let's see if we can get those before we start the race.
All right, Coach. The final results of the boys 4x100-meter relay was in 6th place, San Benito. 5th place was Santa Rosa. 4th place, La Feria. 3rd place, Sharyland Pioneer. 2nd place was Weslaco East. And in 1st place with a time of 43.79 is Brownsville Rivera.
Nice job, Rivera. 2nd place, 43.91. So 12/100ths of a second different, 1st to 2nd place. Good job, young men. And they will get to match up again in district coming up here soon.
On the track, girls 800-meter run.
So the meet officials are setting up the girls for the 800-meter run. The temperature now 82 degrees. The wind still out of the southeast at 17 miles an hour. Humidity is 58 degrees. And our last event is scheduled to run at 8:30 tonight. Temperature will still be in the high 70s. It's like the wind may be calming down though, Mike, a little bit as the night goes on. And here we go. Remember, we're looking at the young lady, Valerie Tobias from Idea Edinburgh, wearing the number 1 on her jersey. Is the fastest qualifier at 2 minutes 12 seconds. I think she has a legitimate shot at the record.
This is the girls 800-meter run.
And we see some of the girls standing a little bit further ahead of the others, Coach.
Well, they stagger them up so we have less of a chance of a fall at the beginning of the race and a restart.
It's done on purpose.
It's done on purpose, and because of the shape of the track, it all evens out. If you watched any of the speed skating in the Olympics, they use the same idea.
You're right.
Of setting people up.
And then we see cones kind of in the middle, like around lane 4, set up
now
also.
They can cut in. There's no more cones holding them out. We're looking at the young lady on your left wearing the number 1 in the middle of her chest. She's going to work her way into lane 1 if possible. But she's the young lady everybody's running for. But currently in the lead, wearing number 7 there, Maria Elena Diaz from Wesco East.
And that's about to change, it looks like, by the young lady at number 1 there.
Well, to break a record, Mike, she's going to have to be at about 65 seconds or so on lap number 1.
And here she comes. It looks like we had a few athletes that fell.
somebody
fell
fell
down, got
yes.
right back up, so I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, but was it the no, there she comes. She's wearing the yellow right now in about 4th place.
The young lady wearing the pink shoes there.
So here we go. She's making her move right now. She's at 68. So to break the record, she's going to have to come around again under 68, maybe at about 64 on her 2nd lap. She's currently in 2nd place. Who's that pushing her out front? Mike,
it looks like Palm View. I saw Lobos in the back there. That's ahead.
That could be Palm View Bailey. Yes, number 2, Bailey Villalone.
Coming up to the 600-meter mark.
And she's trying to push it. Doesn't look like Idea Edinburgh is struggling a little bit, Mike. Actually, she's getting left. This young lady may have a chance at the record. Remember, we're looking at 2:14 or better would be a new record. And with 100 meters to go, we're at 2 minutes. Let's give her a hand, bring her home. This is Bailey Villalone from Palmview. 2:11, 2:12, 2:13, 2:14, 2:15. Oh,
she's
man.
got 2:19, it looked like.
About 2:19. She qualified at 2:18.62. That win must be tougher than we think, Mike. Look at the coaches and the flags there by the finish.
They're still howling pretty well there. Even at this hour, it's 6:45, 46. They're still blowing very hard. Yeah, I think it did affect her as we see the last turn there.
Well, right now she's running into the wind. The wind's blowing out the south to the north. She's running south. So she's running right into the teeth of the wind. But what a strong effort. She qualified 2nd. She wins the meet of champs. Your winner from Palmview, Bailey Villalone.
And we'll have the official results in just a few minutes here, and we'll let you know exactly the time of her finish.
And the gun's up for the boys, 800-meter run, Mike, and the girls really showed well in that race. And here we go. And Felix Pettis from Mission, again, the fastest qualifier.
Wearing bib number 1,
and that's him wearing the number 1, cutting in from the outside on that great camera work over there by our buddy Vinny Berry. They're really bottled up there, Mike. I've seen players, athletes really spiked, come out of there with all kinds of scars as they run into the spike of one of their opponents. Out front right now, number 6, Antonio Sanchez from Westlaco. Here in lap 1 of the boys' 800-meter run. And Sanchez still out in front. And I believe the leader from Mission just kind of got boxed in there and is way back in the race. And Westlaco steps out. And I believe that's one of the runners from Pioneer running with him. Let's see if we can get a number here coming down the stretch. That's Harlingen. That's Art Benavides from Harlingen. Harlingen and Westlaco. Number 5 is...
And we see McAllen trying to make a move here, it looks like.
Is that Paco Rodriguez from McAllen? Yes, it is.
Yes,
wearing number 5. And here they come. And that will be Art Benavides from Harlingen. He qualified with a time of 1:58.4.
I believe this is Art Benavides.
Westlaco trying to hold on.
We see somebody there. Looks like Mission veterans trying to make a move there for
I
second
believe that's
place.
Brownsville.
Oh, Brownsville vet, excuse me. Number 3.
Max Carmona. And wearing number 4, Reyes Rodriguez from La Feria. I'm glad, Mike, it's not our job to pick them, but I am glad that we get to see a replay. And we're going to be able to get a little better look at them here, I believe, coming up on the replay. But that was the boys' 800-meter run. And here we go, coming down the stretch. You see 2, 5, 4, and 3. Number 1 might just drop right out of the picture.
And you see there Brownsville veterans in second place, but watch this right here. Coach La Feria, the very last, what is it, few feet away, just put his head down and finished strong second place. It looks like McAllen finished in 4th.
Mike, and both the boys and the girls 800. You see his coach just bumped him right to the ground. But the second place qualifier in both races were the winners, Mike.
Yeah, that's very, very impressive there. Very impressive.
Looks like they're about ready. Guns up here for the girls. 100-meter hurdles. Again, your fastest qualifier in the middle of the track. Anaya Sharif Reina from McAllen. The shortest race over hurdles, it takes the longest to get it going because you got to set up. After this race, they're going to have to move and change the hurdle heights. What's the record here, Mike?
Well,
Leah Brown, we talked about
Brown,
her.
2013 with a time of 14:26.
I think that's probably pretty safe. The qualifier is 1 second behind that time. But she got out of there in the middle of the track wearing number 4 from McAllen. And she's starting to stretch it open. And she's getting challenged. But your winner in lane 4, Reina from McAllen. Lane 5, Brianna Alex from Los Fresnos challenges.
We see the replay here out in front, and then watch La Feria here just making a move at the very end. And you wonder if perhaps McAllen saw that and just bursted up another level or 2 there at the end and just finished strong.
Nice run by both of those girls. Right. Lane 3, that would be Lincoln Juarez's Calderon is in 3rd, I believe. Let's look at the qualifiers in the boys' hurdles. In lane 1 from Pioneer, Michael Landovaza.
McAllen Memorial.
In lane 2, Aiden Silva from Lyford. Lane 3, Kyle Marroquin, Economides. Lane 4, Sean Scoggin from McAllen Memorial. Lane 5, Josiah Martinez, McAllen. Lane 6, Roel Renteria, Harlingen. Lane 7, Mauricio Garza, Brownsville Vets. And in lane 8, Jay Solis from Gruya. Fastest qualifier, Sean Scoggin, lane 4, McAllen Memorial, time 14.83. Mike, the record?
The record is held by Harlingen's Randy Barmea with a time of 13:94. He was part of that, if you remember, Coach, the 2011 football team that advanced to the state quarterfinal. That was just an unbelievable football team there, one of the best that the Valley has ever had.
He went on to run big-time track. I believe he's finishing up his career at UTSA. He and Jonas Gutierrez out of Westlaco East had some great matchups. Thank you, guys. And the hurdles over a 4-year period. And you have the result of the girls' hurdles, Mike?
Yes, sir. 6th place was Cleo Rodriguez out of La Feria. 5th place was Andrea Munguia out of McAllen Memorial. In 4th place was Adani Garza out of Rio Grande City. In 3rd place was Ana Calderon out of Juarez Lincoln. 2nd place was Brianna Alex out of Los Fresnos. And in 1st place with a time of 15:21 was Anaya Shalif Reina.
From McAllen High School, nice job. Anaya breaking 15 seconds there. No, right at 15.2. She qualified at 15.22, ran 15.21 today. And here come the boys in the 110-meter hurdles. And I believe the wheelchair race, no, the 100 will go on, then the wheelchairs, I believe. Yes, after the hurdle race here, there'll be the wheelchair 100. And they're really working themselves back in those blocks. Guns up. Clean start there in the middle of the track. Fastest qualifier from McCallum Memorial, Sean Scoggin. But the young man, I believe from Pioneer in lane 1, trying to run with him. They're hurdle for hurdle. And it's going to be Scoggin and Pioneer.
Michael Landavaso, walk back in the lanes.
That would be Michael Landavaso from Pioneer is going to end up in second place, Mike.
100-meter dash.
Those two guys came out of the same cannon running almost stride for stride there. But I do believe Sean Scoggins pulls through right here at the end.
And it looked like Kyle Maroquin out of Edinburgh Economides finished a strong third there.
Yeah, and we'll get those results in just a moment.
Memorial.
14.68, Mike. Pretty legitimate run there by Sean Scoggins. In fact, the first three runners broke 15 seconds. 14.9, 14.7, 14.6. And here we go. They're on the starting line in the 100-meter wheelchair division. Mixed. In lane 3, the young lady Susie Swanson from McCallum Memorial. Lane 5, the veteran from Weslaco, Joe Solis.
On the outside, Joe Solis.
Solis out front.
At the state meet twice.
Swanson from McCallum Memorial doing a great job coming down the way.
The inside, Susie Swanson.
And winning
Memorial.
Joe Solis. And winning her division, Susie Swanson. Outstanding job. They will be back to participate in the 400 meters, Mike, in just a little while.
Great effort by both athletes there as they push and push and push and work hard and stay in their lane. Excellent job there.
And Joe did a nice job at the start getting going, and that pushed him out in the front. Miss Swanson has nothing to be ashamed of, though. Joe's a veteran, and she's hanging in the race with him, and she'll be fine at the next level. Our next event will be the girls 100-meter dash. Lane assignments in lane 1, Daniela Muniz from Rio Grande City. Lane 2, Natasha Hartman, Harlingen South. Lane 3, Jacqueline Mora from Hanna. Lane 4, Luisa Cruz, Los Fresnos. Lane 5, Yasmin Martinez, Harlingen. Lane 6, Stephanie Trevino, Monte Alto. Lane 7, Carolina Alamillo from Gruya. And in lane 8, Jasmine Flores from Mercedes. Fastest qualifier from Los Fresnos, Luisa Cruz with a time of 12.26, Mike. And those are the girls that are scheduled to run in the 100.
And the record is held by Sierra Peña out of Harlingen South, which happened in 2015 with a time of 12.15.
Yeah, that was with myself and our buddy Jake Berry covering this event here on K-West.
Oh, wow.
Let's get the results here of the wheelchair division.
Okay. In second place was a Susie Swanson with a time of 22.77 out of McCallum Memorial. And your winner was Joe Solis out of Weslaco with a time of 19.31.
That's an outstanding job by both of those young athletes. And again, you got to love that the state of Texas has opened up their divisions for the wheelchair division, and they're able to move on to regionals and state just like everybody else. And I have to commend the UIL and the state of Texas for that. And those two fine athletes for participating here in the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet a Champion Track and Field Invitational.
100-meter dash also taking place on the far side of the
Right.
of the stadium here.
Well, you know, in some ways, though, whether we have a camera over there or not, for us, our viewpoint, you can see more of what's happening on the far side of the track than you can here on the short side of the track.
Wow.
We can look out the window here and kind of, you know, I'm standing on the 40-yard line, the northmost 40, and I can see when they cross me here what place they're in without looking at the monitor. But it is nice to have this great pictures being taken by our guys on the cameras. Now, 2 days of running the cameras, and I know Vinny and I were at baseball last night. These guys are hardworking young men, and we got to thank everybody involved with K-West for making this broadcast possible. I know the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association loves their association with WISD, Bobby Lackey Stadium, and K-West.
The sun is starting to go down a little bit. It's about, what, 7:12 in the evening right now. So we're about half an hour or so from sunset. But it's getting a little bit cooler out there, correct, Coach?
Yeah, I think so. Let me dig back onto the Weather Channel. It's 81 degrees, Mike. The wind is slowed down to 16 miles an hour, still out of the south-southeast. So it's a little bit cooler, a little bit less wind, and a lot less sunny.
More comfortable, in other words.
Well, and also you're going to get better pictures because they're not going to be running into the shadows now like they were early. And looks like we may have a false start. Keep an eye on the guys in the red shirt. If they walk over into a lane, looks like they're talking about it right now, and they turn a block, that means that person is disqualified. And as of right now, I see the two judges in the back right still talking about it. But it doesn't appear that anybody, well, maybe.
Looks like lane number 6, Coach, would you say?
Just walked the other direction, but they didn't get down there. Now all three are going to discuss it. I haven't seen a block turned yet, but lane 5 or 6 there believes it could have been them. And
To the 100-meter dash, Jose Mesa. Please report.
Let's see what they do.
100-meter dash.
That's why they make the big money.
And right now what's happening, Coach, is what? What did you see? What did you see? What did you see?
Yeah, and here they go. They're walking onto the track. And maybe they're going to talk to him and say, okay, none of you were completely still, so we're going to give you all another shot. Mike, doesn't look like anybody's in lane 6.
Yeah, that's who I think I saw jump.
The runner from lane 6 is supposed to be Stephanie Trevino from Monte Alto. I don't see anybody there. So either she left on her own, because I didn't see them disqualify anybody. They never turned any blocks. We saw that in the Jimmy Platt races a couple of times. And here we go for the girls' 100-meter dash. Gun is up. That was a smooth start. And right there in the middle of the track, we're in the number 4. That is Luisa Cruz from Los Fresnos. And it looks like she's out and going to be the winner in the girls' 100-meter dash. And we'll get to, again, those final results. Looked like second place might have been Yasmin Martinez from Harlingen. But the young lady from Los Fresnos, Luisa Cruz.
When you run the 100-meter dash, Coach, a strong start is so important, isn't it? And that's exactly what she did there.
The key to the 100-meter dash is to accelerate as quickly as possible and then hold on as long as possible. boys that are qualified to run in the 100-meter dash. Lane 1, Jacob Rosales, Pioneer. Lane 2, Jose Alice Mesa from Rio Hondo. Lane 3, Alexis Gonzalez, Palmview. Lane 4, we talked about him earlier, from McAllen High School, Gunnar Henderson. He ran a 10.87 to qualify. Lane 5, Jose Garcia, Harlingen. Lane 6, Nico Valencia from Los Fresnos. Lane 7, Cesar Aguilera from Port Isabel. And in Lane 8, Matthew Sandoval, Porter. The boys that are scheduled to run in the 100-meter dash are about to get in the blocks. Your favorite from McAllen, Gunnar Henderson. And Mike has the result of the girls 100-meter dash.
Okay, in sixth place was Natasha Hartman out of Harlingen South. Fifth place was Jacqueline Mora out of Brownsville, Hannah. In fourth place was Jasmine Flores out of Mercedes. In third place was Daniela Muniz out of Rio Grande City. In second place was Yasmin Martinez out of Harlingen. And your first place winner with a time of 12.39 is Luisa Cruz out of Los Fresnos.
Nice job of Luisa Cruz, start to finish. Boys about to hit the blocks. The favorite in this race right there in the middle, wearing number 4 on the hip. In the purple outfit, Gunnar Henderson from McAllen High School. Gunner's out there in front doing the jumps, about to back into his blocks. The gun is up. Right now it turns in a little bit of a mind game about how fast or how slow you get set in the blocks. Kind of a one-upsmanship here, Mike. If you do it right, you make everybody else sit in the blocks while you're still getting set. See, the guys in 6, 7, and 8 are already set. The guys in 3, 4, and 5 are not. The guy in 6 came up, and here we go. Gunnar Henderson gets his right hand down, drops his head. And I thought we had a little bit of a bobble out there, but the guy in lane 6 is really running. But here comes Gunnar Henderson, and Gunnar Henderson's going to be your winner out of lane 4 from McAllen High School. There he is, Gunnar Henderson. Mike, he did not have the best start.
Well, look at about the middle of the race right here, coaches, where he really turns it up a notch or two. Watch
Nico
him go.
Valencia in lane 6 from Los Fresnos actually had the best start, and he may have been able to hold on to second. We'll see when we get the results. The field events took place earlier today, and we are about to feature a package highlighted by Mr. Carlos Robledo right here on K-West.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the field events today at the Meet of Champs. We start off with the girls' shot put from Edinburgh Economides, Brittany Ganthu picking up 3rd place. In 2nd place, we have from Gruya, Abigail Flores, and your Meet of Champs winner from Mission Vets, Charlie Salinas with a throw of 37.01. We move on now to the boys' shot put from Shareland Pioneer, Johnny Howe. Picking up 2nd place, Diego Trevino from PSJA Southwest. And from Harlingen South, with a throw of 58.05, Andrew Ott, your gold medal winner. Now we move on to the girls' discus. 3rd place, Weslaco's Sierra Gonzalez. In 2nd place, from Edinburgh Economides, Brittany Ganthu. And your gold medal winner with a throw of 148.03 from Gruya, Abigail Flores. Moving on now, where we have the boys discus throw from Brownsville St. Joe's, Pablo Zolezi in 3rd place. In 2nd place, from Brownsville Vets, Andres Bowden. And with a throw of 179.11, your champion in the boys discus, Sky Tatum. In the girls triple jump, in 3rd place, Charlize De La Garza from Mission Vets. In 2nd place, from McAllen Row, we have Jacqueline Alanis. And your triple jump champion for the meet of champs from McAllen Row, Giovanni Solis, with a leap of 36.04.5. In the boys from Mission Vets, we have Leo Cantu picking up third place. In second place, we have from Weslaco, Gabriel Gonzalez. And your champion from PSJA, Marco Guajardo, with a jump of 43.03.25. Let's now move on to the boys' long jump. From Mercedes, Mark Ledesma in third place. In second place from Mission, Sebastian Gonzalez. And your champion from La Feria, Julian Trevino, with a jump of 21.09. Now let's move on to the girls' long jump. From Edcal Chelsea, Shayna Alvarado in third place. Picking up second place from Weslaco East, Brisa Guzman. And your champion from Weslaco High School with a jump of 18 feet, Eleanor Arndt. In the high jump from Mission Veterans, third place, Charlize De La Garza. In second place from Idea Edinburgh, Valerie Tobias. And your champion in the girls' high jump from McAllen High School, Hannah Kelly. On the boys' side from Sherryland Pioneer, third place, Parker Barrett. In second place, finisher from Harlingen, Daniel Ramirez. And your champion from Edinburgh Economies, Pete Segura, with a jump of 6.05. To the girls' pole vault, in third place, finishing from PSJ for the Lady Bears, Michelle Aranda. In second place from PSJA Memorial, Victoria Barrios. And your champion from Edcal Chelsea, Bianca Cardenas, with a jump of 12.02. On the boys' side, from Edcal Chelsea, third place finisher, Carlos Guerrero. In second place, from Harlingen South, Marcus Ramirez. And your champion from Weslaco High School, setting a new school record with a jump of 15.07, John Zapata. Those are some of your highlights for the Meet of Champs field events.
And congratulations to all those field event competitors.
In sixth place, Natasha Hartman, Harlingen South.
And nice job again, K-West, the camera crew, and Carlos Robledo for putting that highlight package together. But let's look at the lane assignments coming up for the girls 4x200 meter relay. Lane 1 will be Gruya. Lane 2, McAllen. Lane 3, Brownsville Vets. Your fastest qualifier in Lane 4 with a time of 1:47.2, Weslaco. Lane 5, Palmview. Lane 6, Los Fresnos. Lane 7, Edcal Chelsea. And in Lane 8, Idea Edinburgh. Those will be the lane assignments for the girls 4x200 meter relay. And Mike, I think I heard through the grapevine today. I want to congratulate the boys powerlifting team from Edcal Chelsea for their first state championship in boys powerlifting, and coming from kind of out of nowhere to challenge Edcal and finish in second, Weslaco East.
Well, Weslaco East, it's been what, Coach, since about 2011, 2012, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in
Last time they won state. And I know last week or so they won the regional championship, which is very, very impressive. And the Edcal Chelsea, that's a program, Coach, that I think what happened is they saw what Weslaco East was doing and kind of said, you know, that's a great idea there. We should build up that powerlifting program there. And just little by little, they had a couple of athletes do well, and they have more participants, and it's grown and grown and grown. And now the reward in 2018 is now the ultimate prize, which is a state championship.
Well, you know, their athletic director, Christian Navarro, at one point was a coach over at Valley View back when we were 4A at Weslaco East. And he saw firsthand how that program changed with powerlifting. So one of the things, they call him Bear, Christian Navarro,
right,
did when he went to Edcal is implement powerlifting for both the boys and the girls. In fact, I believe he's the regional director for the girls powerlifting organization here in the state of Texas. So once again, congratulations to all those Valley athletes. You might be in the van on the way home from Abilene right now, watching the Meet of Champs. So everybody involved from the Valley went up there and, as they say, kicked a little behind, Mike. Good job.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job to everybody that participated. Going to state is just an amazing accomplishment. And for you to finish second, third place, wherever, that's something to be very, very proud of. And once again, congratulations to Edcal Chelsea.
Yeah, I can remember when the first meets they came to, Mike, I was a judge in powerlifting, and they didn't even really understand the rules yet. And they didn't know, like, to listen to commands. And to go from there to a state championship in about 4 years, 5 years is pretty amazing.
And you know what, Coach? As a young sports reporter back around 2003 or so, one of my first assignments was to powerlifting, to go to the powerlifting practices and see what they do, and in the end it carries into the other sports.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's where I realized that, hey, Los Fresnos was probably the first program that I saw that, you know, kind of took powerlifting seriously. And then Weslaco East, once I moved back to Weslaco and saw what they were doing, and you see the results in football, in basketball, in track, you know, all these sports, soccer, how it benefits them to participate in powerlifting. And today in 2018, now we see a lot of these schools partake in powerlifting, and it really helps out.
Well, you know, in my experience, it all started back in the late 90s at Donna. That we really started dabbling with the powerlifting and became really successful at Donna with the powerlifting. Had some individual state champs, never had a state championship team, but many of the coaches from that staff move on to Wesco East, and from the day they implemented powerlifting there, that program continued to increase, and we're taking a look at the fastest qualifiers. The team from Weslaco scheduled to run. Number 1, Jenna Martinez, running second. Lisa Marie Sanchez running third. Chantel Barrera and Amity Ebarb as the anchor. If they're running in the order that is listed, that is how they'll run.
And now it looks like the sun is about to set in about 10-15 minutes, but there is no more shadows out there in the track.
Right.
So now we have a view of the whole area now.
And we're at the 800-meter relay. Following the 800-meter relay, 400-meter dash, 300-meter hurdles, 200-meter dash, 1,600-meter run, 1,600-meter relay. So we're at about the halfway point here. Guns up. Very long stagger.
Set.
The runner in lane 8 is almost around the curve, Mike.
This is the girls'
But it all
800-meter
works its
relay.
way out at the end.
So if you're in lane 8, what is the key, Coach, to stay in the race?
Well, you don't want to see anybody, because if you see anybody, then they pass you. The prime lane on an 8-lane track is lane 4.
Right.
And the handoffs here, really hard to tell right now. Wesco running well in lane 4. We talked about not seeing anybody. The young lady in lane 8 is about to see a bunch of people. In fact, she just saw 3 go by her right there.
And there's another behind her, not far behind.
Is that Palmview there?
Yeah, it looks like it's Palmview.
Going to make the handoff. I believe Weslaco still first. Palmview, and in lane 7, head coach Elsa.
It looked like Palmview had a little bit of problem there on the handoff, but you see that young lady there making a move, trying to make a move there.
Well, she's challenging here. Weslaco trying to hold on. Nearly neck and neck. Let's see the handoff made almost identically. And here comes Palmview. Here comes Weslaco. Lane 4 and 5. Your 2 fastest qualifiers yesterday.
Running the anchor for Weslaco.
Going neck and neck here, Coach. Let's see how they finish here.
Weslaco, Palmview. Weslaco with about a 5-meter lead, but Palmview, here she comes. And she can't do it, Mike, in the winner. In the girls' 800-meter relay, the team from Weslaco. Good job with the baton. Outstanding job, Amity Ebarb, I believe the anchor there, holding off Palmview. Look at her here, Mike. Looks like Palmview's going to get her. Looks like she may be tying up a little bit. And right here, she actually starts stretching the lead a little bit. Relaxes the shoulders, drops the head just a hair. And again, your winner The team from Weslaco High School.
Great effort, coach, by both runners there, by both schools. Great race by La Jolla Palmview and Weslaco. A great job by the Lady Panthers to hold off Palmview there. As you can see, Jaime Cavazos there congratulating among other athletes there.
Okay, they're really going to have to move to break any kind of record like that today. But anything's possible. You have the results, Mike?
Yes, but before I get to the results, Coach, we forgot to mention the record in the 800-meter relay on the girls' side. That was actually set last year.
2 years ago.
2 years ago by Weslaco High with a time of 1:44:34.
Hernandez, Brittany Cardenas, Eleanor Arndt, and Stephanie Sauceda. 2016. Can you believe it's 2018?
Yeah, it's funny. I said last year, 2016 feels like just a few months ago. But the results of the girls 4x200-meter relay was 6th place at Cal Chelsea, 5th place Brownsville Veterans Memorial, 4th place McAllen High, 3rd place Los Fresnos, 2nd place La Jolla Palmview, and in 1st place with a time of 1:44:28 is Weslaco High.
Nice job, ladies. And here we go. Guns up for the boys 800-meter relay. Again, Weslaco in lane 4, your fastest qualifier. Should be Matt De Santiago with the start.
Set.
And it looks like we have a clean start, Mike. Again, that huge stagger on the first exchange. The only way to really tell who's ahead is watch the handoffs. Got a great run out of Weslaco in lane 4, closing down the split just a little bit. And here's the handoff right there. Looks like Weslaco may have the early lead here in lane 4. Little easier to tell coming down the way here. I see Economides.
Economides in the orange. Mission.
See Santa Rosa there in the far, right here on the near side.
But they have so much stagger to make up there.
So much stagger, right.
And there's the handoff. Weslaco had a little bit of a trouble with the handoff. Economides and Mission may be out in front.
You see Mission there trying to make a move there, and then we see Weslaco starting to catch up there in 3rd place.
Weslaco running well now.
Running the 3rd leg.
In fact, they may be in the lead. Let's judge the handoff here. Economides may have gotten it first, Mike, but here they come.
On the carry, on the anchor.
Economides, Mission, Weslaco.
Mission in the white. Weslaco, Alex Garza.
Economides, Weslaco. Here comes Weslaco. Here he goes, Alex Garza from Weslaco. What a leg, Mike. And your winner of the boys 800-meter relay, the team from Weslaco. Great anchor leg by Alex Garza, taking the baton from 3rd to 1st.
Oh, a great job there on the handoffs by all 4 runners there, making it nice and clean and staying on pace throughout the race. And Mission was right there as well there, as we see here the final 100 meters.
Well, look at him. He's neck to neck there with Mission. He's about 5 meters behind Economides, and here he comes. Stays relaxed. Great technique, Mike, all the way through the line, and the easy winner.
And I was going to say, Coach, the way he was breathing, I think, was also key to that finish there. The way he was able to inhale and exhale and stay focused and just finish strong there.
1 minute.
In the mixed race, 400-meter run by wheelchair division, again, lane 3, Suze Swanson from McAllen Memorial. Joe Solis in lane 5 from Weslaco. Mike, this time it's 1 full lap. Now, the 100 was impressive, but going all the way around is really impressive.
And we've seen Joe Solis do it for last
years
couple
now?
of years. Yeah, 3 years or so. And this is our first time watching Swanson. So, you know, that's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how her endurance is.
Sure.
And since there's a boy and a girl out there, I believe they separate them, but I'm not sure. I know the heading here says mixed, where a year ago when it was Joe and another young man, it would say men's or boys.
As you've noticed there, Coach, we have one on lane 5 and the other in lane 3, perhaps for spacing purposes, you think?
Well, a little bit, yeah. But they still have to run their staggers. You have the result of the boys 4x2?
Yes, we do. In 6th place was La Feria. 5th place was Mercedes. 4th place was La Jolla. 3rd place is Edinburgh Economides. 2nd place is Mission High. And your 1st place winner with a time of 1:30.32 is Wesco High. Congratulations.
The Meta champs kind of makes you the fastest whichever in the valley. So somebody says, hey, I was pretty good at the 400. Yeah, but I was the champion of the Meta champs.
Right. And as we mentioned before, having a record or winning a race in the Meta Champs is awfully special.
Yeah, it's the elite of the elite here in the valley. A district championship is great. It'll get you to the area or the regional track meet. But this one goes down forever that you won the Meta Champions.
As we see there, Joe Solis
about to hit the
pacing
200 mark.
himself. Yeah. If you notice, Coach, when they make a turn here, he kind of touches the front of the tire, I think, or
well, he has to
touches
steer a
something.
little bit.
Yeah, because he's making that curve there, and you got to make sure that you try your best to stay in that lane.
I think the way he hits his wheels as he's moving forward, he can help himself turn. But I think there's sometimes a little bit of correction has to be done with the front wheel. So Joe's going to come in first, and Miss Susie Swanson will be coming around the curve in just a minute. Let me tell you, I'll challenge any of you to say, hey, let me borrow your wheelchair and try to go around this track one time and see if you can still move your arms.
Oh, Coach, if I were to do something like that, I'd probably cut through the turf or something. There is no way I would be able to make a complete circle the way these two athletes are doing right here, almost to perfection.
And she's got a little bit more to go. But what a great effort by McCallum Memorial's Susie Swanson. In her first appearance here, hopefully not her last, in the Meta Champions 400 meters.
It's really nice to see a lot of those that are here in attendance encouraging and giving her a round of applause.
Oh, yeah.
Well deserved.
I think most people understand how hard that is.
Absolutely.
But that's an outstanding job by Susie and Joe. Congratulations, guys. Here comes again Joe. Really got a rhythm going. Nice job. We'll get you the results of this, too. They will participate in their district track meets. They will be able to move on to area, regionals, and state.
And your winner, Westlake T-Bar.
There's Eleanor Arndt. Seems like she's been participating in track here at Westlaco for about 100 years. And let's take a quick look at the 400-meter dash for the wheelchair division. Joe Solis finishes the 400 with a time of 1 minute 9.64 seconds. And Susie Swanson from McCallum Memorial finishes her lap with a time 1 minute 45.45 seconds.
Start area, guns up.
Outstanding job by both of those athletes. Congratulations on your outstanding participation here in the Meta Champs. Guns up for the girls 400-meter dash. Again, fastest qualifier in lane 4. And there we go. Clean start. Remember, your fastest qualifier, we're in the 4 right there in the middle of the track out of Harlingen. Yasmin Martinez, Eleanor Arndt qualified second, lane 5. And they're working their way to the halfway or 200-meter mark. Out in lane 6, running well, Anel Aguado from Hannah.
This is the girls.
But here
400-meter
comes
dash.
Eleanor Arndt, and here comes Yasmin Martinez in lane 4 with the lead. Martinez
Yasmin Martinez.
with a pretty strong lead, stretching it. And out of lane 2, Valerie Tobias from Idea Edinburgh moves into second place
Making a mad dash
and
on
making
the
a move
inside.
to first. And your winner,
Valerie
I'm going to
Tobias.
call the winner. We'll see if I'm right. Valerie
Valerie
Tobias
Tobias,
from
two-time
Idea
state champion in
Edinburgh
the 800
sneaks
meters.
through with the win. Let's see if
Looking
I'm
pretty
right.
good in the 400 meters.
Looks like Martinez from Harlingen just is on cruise control
Valerie
here,
Tobias.
way out front.
Yasmin
But look at lane
Martinez.
2. Oh my goodness, Mike. Tobias from Idea Edinburgh shoots out of nowhere and steals the race, I believe, and will be your winner in the girls' 400-meter dash. At least their coach believes she pulled it through. So let's look at the qualifier
Lane 5,
in the
Cosme
boys'
Ibarra, Donna.
400
Lane
meters.
6, Alejandro Rodriguez,
In lane
left
1,
eye.
Sean
Lane 7,
Shrewsbury
Destiny
from Port
Martinez,
Isabel.
Harlingen
Lane
South.
2, Eddie
Lane 8,
Guzman Vela.
Axel Garza.
Lane 3, Daniel
Hallelujah.
Miredes from Pioneer. Lane 4, Jose Andrade,
Boys will be running a
PSJA.
record set by
Lane 5, Cosme Ibarra,
Rodriguez
Donna.
at 47,
Lane 6,
64
Alejandro
from Edinburgh.
Rodriguez, McAllen. Lane 7, Crestoni Martinez, Harlingen South. And in lane 8, Axel Garza, Gruya.
Rally
Fastest
record in the
qualifier
event.
from PSJ, Jose Andrade, ran
Misha Rivas,
51.59.
Westlaco at 47.29.
Okay, and the record was set in 1992 by Edinburgh's Rene Rodriguez with a time of 47.64.
Now, Mike, as we look at these records, I want you to look
Your
and
valley
see.
best in the event is out of lane number 4.
Ray
Jose
Ramirez
Andrade,
1,
PSA. He's
Ray
already run a
Ramirez 2, Ray Ramirez
49.64.
3 records. Rene Rodriguez 1, Ray Rodriguez 2.
Randy
Bermea
Barmera.
1, Randy Bermea 2. Steven Signs 1, Steven Signs 2. And I believe, Steven, and if you want to go down here to the 1600-meter relay, you have Ray Ramirez again. So there's been some really good athletes, but they were able to excel in more than one race. I see Leah Brown doubled up. Is she the only one?
On your marks.
Maybe.
By the looks of it, Coach, yes.
Well, if you count the relays, there's some double ups. And Mike, here's the finish. Let's see if I was right here.
All right, Coach. In 6th place for the girls 400-meter dash, Julissa Garcia out of Santa Maria. In 5th place was Aniel Aguero out of Brownsville, Hannah. 4th place was Ana Martinez out of McAllen. In 3rd place was Eleanor Arndt out of Westlaco.
This is the boys,
2nd place was
100-meter dash.
Yasmin Martinez
We need
out
to
of
have the
Harlingen.
top-
And your 1st place winner with a time of 58.61
6
was
girls
Valerie
400-meter
Tobias
dash.
out of Idea
Welcome to
Edinburgh.
Worthy.
So I
At the
called it right. Here we go. The
wheelchair
boys
division.
400-meter dash.
Wheelchair division to the
Again,
awards area,
fastest
please.
qualifier there in the middle of the track from
And also
PSJA.
the top 6
Running
girls
well. I believe he's the
400-meter
young
dash
man
to
in the
awards area.
headband. As he turns the corner here, about the 150 mark, it looks like he's running smooth. That is Jose Andrade.
Coming out of the turn.
And with 100
looking
meters
good.
left, he's got a
Jose
pretty comfortable
Andrade,
lead, Mike. But he can't start looking around.
You can
We saw
recognize
that
him
bite,
with
but
the
I think he's going to hold on and
Kamikaze
win.
bandana.
Coming up, I believe the young man from Donna, Cosme Ibarra, finishes
Andrade.
second. And we'll get the rest of that finish here when we get the
Unofficial,
results. But your winner will be from
49.4.
PSJ High, Jose Andrade. And Mike, he's got a comfortable lead right there.
No, he pretty much took over, what, the last 200 meters of the race, or 150 meters. So when we saw that strong turn he had there and just finished strong in the last 100 meters. And you're right, Coach, you know, he could have easily coasted. Nope, you know, he finished strong. And, you know, congratulations to him. And Donna's Cosme captured second place.
Well, his qualifying time was 51.59, which we know yesterday was a long, busy day, and all they were trying to do is qualify. I've got to feel like he ran better than that today. As we look at the lane assignments coming up here for the girls, 300-meter hurdles in lane 1, Miranda Hernandez from Raymondville, Mike. First time I believe we've read Raymondville tonight.
Yeah, I think you're right, Coach.
In lane 2, Kaylee Hossenfleck from Sherryland. Lane 3, Anaya Shalif Reina from McAllen. Lane 4, your fastest qualifier from Harlingen with a time of 47:48, Jasmine Tulloch. In lane 5, Brianna Alex from Los Fresnos. We've seen her earlier this evening. Lane 6, Lisa Marie Sanchez from Westlaco. Lane 7, Jessica Zarate from Pioneer. And in lane 8, Ava Gomez from Port Isabel. Those are the girls that are scheduled to run in the 300-meter hurdles. Again, your fastest qualifier right there in the middle of your screen in lane 4, we're in the white top and the red bottom. That is Jasmine Tulloch from Harlingen.
Yeah, Coach, we saw her do great things in the Jimmy Platt Invitational there. What did she win, like 2 races, I think?
Yeah, I believe she won both hurdles. Yeah, she ran well. She really gets out on this one. This is a different hurdle race. You don't have to be quite as precise as a hurdler, but you have to have great strength. So here we go, the girls' 300-meter hurdles. The starter is up on the stand. Let's see if he's about ready to roll. It'll be interesting to see, Mike, if they start the 200 here and end it on the northeast side, or start it on the northeast side and finish it over here.
So in the middle of the meet is when judges can make a decision whether...
Well, right now, they can still make the decision.
Okay.
If the wind were to stop, you want to finish it here. If the wind stays where it is, you want to finish it there.
Right.
So
here would be the, what, southwest side
right,
of
the common
the track.
start-finish line.
Common start, yeah.
Where this race right here, the 300-meter hurdles, will end. So this is where you would like to race the finish. But it doesn't have to with the electronics now. We have a camera over there now. Seems to be a holdup. I'm not sure what it is.
Guess they're making sure everybody is ready, and I think we are.
And here we go. Guns up for the girls' 300-meter hurdles. I know we're coming up on a 4-day week, Mike. I know that's exciting to a lot of people. It does change the schedule, so if you're following baseball, softball, or track for your school, make sure you follow. I know baseball and softball are taking place on Thursday this week, as no one will be playing on Good Friday. And we have a clean start in the girls' 300-meter hurdles. Looking in the lane 4, Jasmine Tulloch, actually, young lady from McAllen in lane 3, is ahead of her because of the stagger. But here comes Tulloch.
A nice turn there on the curve. Nice and strong.
Anaya Shalif Arena in lane 3. It's going to come down to the end here. And here comes Tulloch. Here's where that strength will come in and that length, Mike. And she just barely gets over that hurdle.
Jasmine Tulloch, Arlington.
And your winner appears to be from Harlingen in lane 4, Jasmine Tulloch.
You see the replay here, Coach, as both athletes neck and neck right here. But as you mentioned, just too much strength there by Harlingen. And I tell you what, Coach, third place finish was very interesting as well. We had about 3 athletes kind of finishing together neck and neck. That's going to be interesting in the final results here. But you got 2 athletes right there.
Right there together in 5 and 6. That would be Brianna Alex and Lisa Marie Sanchez. Let's see how that all gets picked out. And we will get those results to you as soon as possible. Let's take a look at the lane assignment for the boys 300-meter hurdles. Lane 1, Alex Ayala from Santa Rosa. Lane 2, Michael Landovazo from Pioneer. Lane 3, the winner of the 110-meter hurdles, Sean Scoggin from McAllen Memorial. Lane 4, Harlingen's Roel Renteria, fastest qualifier, time of 39:44. And lane 5, Gunnar Henderson from McAllen, who ran a 39.5 yesterday. Lane 6, Manuel Conde from Harlingen. Lane 7, Samuel Mata from Valley View. And in lane 8, Darius Hernandez La Feria. So it'll be interesting, Mike, to watch the middle of the track. You have Sean Scoggin, Roel Renteria, and Gunnar Henderson. And the white flag is up.
Joshua McGowan, Mackay.
And that was a great shot there. That looks like a shot that Don Ramirez would have taken back in the day.
Absolutely.
If it was on the ground or in the air, it would be Don. So I'm not sure who shot the flag, but what a great shot there. K-West, the best there is. Like to thank them all for everything they do in the last 2 days here at the track meet. Outstanding work, guys. And here we go. Gun is up in the 300-meter hurdle boys division.
The record was set by Randy Barmia, coach, out of Harlingen back in 2012 with a time of 36.75.
You know, I got to believe that Vince Castillo out of Donna was running time similar to that, but I do believe that almost every year he was at the Texas Relays, and he was running there and not here.
Boy, imagine if both of those would have been together running at the same event. Gosh, that would have been so much fun to
Vince?
watch.
Is he at Arkansas or someplace?
Mississippi, I think.
State.
Somewhere out that, yeah, somewhere out that way.
Mississippi State.
Yes, great young man there. Proud to represent the Rio Grande Valley.
I was at the state track meet the year he won it. Of course, I was there the next year also, but the first year kind of was a surprise that he won that track meet in the 300-meter hurdles. An outstanding job by Donna's Vince Castillo. But here we go. They're going to try it again. Looking at lane 3, 4, and 5. And Gunnar Henderson is shot out of a cannon in lane 5 and is quickly the first one over, Mike. Again, Gunnar may have just run fast enough yesterday to qualify. He had the 100. He's on at least one relay. And he's running in a race of his own right now. Renteria of Harlingen.
Oh, he knocked down one of the
in lane
hurdles
4.
there.
And he's starting to tie up. Here comes Renteria, Mike.
On the inside.
Henderson is a sprinter. Renteria is a hurdler. And the hurdler is going to win by a nose from Harlingen. Roel Renteria pulls it out right at the end. Gunnar Henderson is shot out of a cannon, but hitting that hurdle, Mike, he didn't just hit it, he destroyed it, but he's starting to tie up right here. Watch him get over this hurdle. Chop a step.
This is one of those occasions, Coach, where this race is called the hurdles. When it comes to running, I think Gunnar Henderson's probably the better runner, but Renteria just was able to complete those hurdles without any problems. And as we saw there, Gunnar Henderson had problems in about 2 or 3 of them. But I mean, he set the tempo right off the bat with that strong start, but just terrific job there by Renteria, just hanging in there and completing all the hurdles nice and clean and finished strong there to win the race.
Well, Gunnar Henderson was more sprint and jump, and Renteria is a true hurdler. stay tuned. Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association will be sponsoring the Valley All-Star football game as the girls in the 200-meter dash enter the track. It appears that all the lanes are full.
We need to have all of you in
Nice
the field,
stands
the field area
here on the
from
home
start
side.
to the
Very good
finish.
crowd tonight.
Please be seated.
Great Valley participation.
And we have people sitting on the other side of the stadium as well,
Yeah,
which is
not
nice
that
to see.
many,
Not
but-
that many, but still, the
Yeah.
fact that we have people going on that side, it's still nice to see. You know,
Well, they discourage them from sitting over there because you have to come in or be part of a team or really work your way around the track to sit on that side. But it is good to see people out interested in track here in the showcase of WISD Bobby Lackey
well, we're
Stadium.
talking about a stadium that houses 14,000 people, and of course, we're not going to fill 14,000
There
people.
might be
but,
6 or so here on this side.
But yeah, you know, to see a few hundred here with all the different colors representing the community and representing the school, it's just nice to see people from all over South Texas and across the Rio Grande Valley.
And not having any team championship here, it allows people to cheer for individuals from different schools because nobody's going to walk away with a team trophy. So,
Right.
so the Harlingens can cheer for the Harlingen South in a race
Sure.
because nobody's going to walk home with a team trophy. But let's get that medal going home to Harlingen. You know, that kind of deal.
Absolutely.
So
And the other thing worth mentioning, Coach, you know, as we mentioned, yesterday was a prelims. We're talking about at least 1,000 athletes
Oh,
that
yeah.
participated in this track meet overall. And then you come to the top 8 in each race. And it's just awesome to.
well, think about it, Mike. 3 6A districts got down to 4 runners in each race.
Right.
That's pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
So here we go, the girls' 200-meter dash. The clock says it's 8:13. 200-meter dash scheduled to go at 8:10. Doing a pretty good job, the starters. And we have a clean
Here's
start.
the girls 200-meter dash.
Your fastest qualifier,
Fastest
Mariana
qualifier, lane
Hernandez
4,
from
Mariana
Palmview.
Hernandez, Palmview at 26:01.
and it looks like that she is going
She also
to,
has a Valley's
be in
best
the
at
lead.
25:54.
great camera work right there. She's being challenged by
Mariana
Los
Hernandez,
Fresnos.
and I believe
That's Luisa Cruz.
Being chased by
And the
Jasmine
winner
Martinez.
is going to be Mariana Hernandez from Palmview. Luisa Cruz is going to be second, and we'll get the rest of those results when they come in. But nice, smooth start there. Looks like lane 1 may have been open there, Mike.
Yeah, I think you're right, Coach.
Andrea Espinoza from Sherryland did not run in this race.
Watch La Jolla Palmview here. Just an
Boys,
excellent
200
job
meter
there
dash.
of
Gets to run
taking
lane
over the
1,
race. The last,
Diego
what,
Perez,
50 meters, would
Premier.
you say, Coach?
Yeah,
50 to
maybe
60?
50 to 70 meters. She,
La
you know,
Jolla.
and she's not the tallest.
Lane
She
3,
runs very
Ethan
strong.
Padilla, La
Great
Feria.
arm movement.
Lane
Look at
4,
those
Alex
elbows in,
Cordova, Mission
hands
fastest
high,
qualifier at
and she wins by
22.82.
about a stride there.
Lane
But
5,
a nice
Isaac
run also by
Ambriz, Los
Luisa
Fresnos.
Cruz from Los
Lane
Fresnos.
6,
So that's District 36A in
Bethany
first,
Martinez,
District
Arlington
32
South,
6A in
lane
second.
7.
Yeah.
Man, let's look at the lane assignments for the boys 200-meter dash. Lane 1, Diego Pettis, Pioneer. Lane 2, Rodolfo
Girls,
Moncado
1600
from La
runners,
Jolla.
need to pick up your hip
Lane
number.
3,
Bailey
Ethan
Villalon,
Padilla, La Feria, Mike.
please pick up your hip
Lane
number.
4, Alex Cordova, Mission.
Mariana Vasquez, La Feria,
Lane
pick up
5,
your hip
Isaac
numbers.
Ambriz, Los Fresnos. Lane 6, Cristoni
League
Martinez,
record in the
Harlingen
200-meter
South.
dash in the boys
Lane
division.
7, Matthew Ledesma, Mercedes.
Meet-up champ
And in
record,
lane 8,
Ray
Jose
Rodriguez,
Mendez
Fairbanks
Diaz
City,
from Santa Rosa.
21:44,
Alex
back in
Cordova from
1986.
Mission, fastest qualifier, the only one who broke 23 seconds. He ran 22.82 in prelims.
Valley record in the event, Alex Trevino Mercedes at a 21.10.
And the record, Coach,
Down in the
in the
infield,
200-meter dash
starts
is
the 200
Ray
meter
Ramirez
dash.
out of Rio Grande
Down in the
City back in
infield.
1986 with a time of 21.44.
So they're really going to have to get going to get anywhere near that. 22.8 and 21.4. That's 1.4
Those of
seconds
you in
difference.
the football
You got the
field
results there,
area,
Mike?
I sure do, Coach. The girls' 200-meter dash, the results, 6th place, Mareri Garza out of Gruya. 5th place is Charlize de la Garza out of Mission Vets. 4th place is Mallory Granum out of Harlingen South. 3rd place is Sofia Ramirez out of Edinburgh Vela. In 2nd place is Luisa Cruz out of Los Fresnos. And your 1st place winner with a time of 25.49 is Mariana Hernandez out of La Jolla Palmview.
Nice job there. Gun is up. The starter is asking people around the start-finish line to be quiet so that the runners, there's a lot of people standing on the fence line there. And it looks like we have a clean start that time. Remember, your fastest qualifier, lane 4 from Mission, Alex Cordova in the headband. We saw him in what, Mike, the 400 meters?
Yeah, I think it was a 400 meters, and look at him go right here. He's ahead right now.
He's running well. Some guys run 400, 800. He runs 200, 400, and he will be your winner.
My bad.
Start to finish in lane 4 out of Mission, Alex Cordova. And he has a great start there, Mike.
In lane 3, looks like he finished in 2nd place, Coach. We see him here with a strong turn and good finish there.
That would be Ethan Padilla from La Feria.
But Mission just too much in this race, but a great job there by the young man from La Feria there. Finishing strong, but we got to,
It looks like the outside runner, Cristoni Martinez, finished 2nd, but we'll see. We'll get the results, and we'll see who got it called there. On the camera across the way, Vinny Berry, Val Zamora on the camera, Mike Palacios, back in the fold here with Kay West, one of the originals. And who says you can't go home, Mike? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And
this is where he belongs.
And then you got Mario Palacios doing a great job up there, running the replays. Joe Leal, the man with the plan when it comes to sound, and the queen of Kay West, Darlene Gracia, Coach Carlos Robledo running the whole thing. Congratulations, everybody. Thanks. I'm Coach John Boswell. This is Mike Gonzalez, and we are live on the Kay West Facebook page. And we have a clean start, Mike, and the girls 1,600 meter run.
Yeah, how about if we get a shout out to Hugo and to Coach Alexandra Trevino for giving us a result.
And our meet announcer and their starters and everybody involved. I see somebody from the monitor over there. I know Garces is over there running a computer also. So, yeah, everybody involved. We were one of the first ones. I know we were the first ones in the Valley to go full automatic timing. Coach Brandon was involved back in the day. Coach Trevino's involved because the swimming program and the track program are very similar. And because of swimming, she's become an expert. And they do a great job of making the track meets run. Of course, Mo Morales, track coordinator here in WISD. And you know what? A track meet, Mike, could not go off in WISD without Paula Martinez. I told her earlier tonight, she let someone figure out about 25 years ago that she knew how to work at the finish start line of a track meet. And I don't know that I've ever been to a track meet at WISD that Paula was not involved in the start-finish area.
A big name there for the track program here at WISD. I mean, when it comes to familiar figure like Coach Platt was for all these years. Same thing goes for Paula Martinez.
Oh yeah, she's been involved in all kinds of different sports at all kinds of different schools. Back in the day when I was employed at WISD and working at Wesco High, she was like the freshman basketball coach, and I mean she's been around forever. I say that as somebody that was around forever. She's been around forever.
And you talk about passion and intensity. She brings it.
And she's just good people, too.
Absolutely.
Son Michael's a great young man, and she does a great job in the classroom, great job in athletics, and did a heck of a job as a mom raising Mike. And here we come. I believe that's number 1. I believe that's Brianna Robles from Palmview. And that
Brianna
is
Robles,
number
Palmview.
3,
Right
Valerie
on
Diaz
her.
from Sherryland,
Valeria Diaz,
currently in second.
Sherland.
I don't know if anybody scratched out of the race.
2:31.
The 2 fastest qualifiers were both from Palmview. And I don't know if Bailey Villalone is on the track or not. But these 2 young ladies are stretching the lead open here.
I would say, Coach, by about 100 meters is what separates the first 2 runners.
And look at
to
what
the
Robles
next
is
crowd.
doing in second place now, Mike. She's opened it up to about 25 meters, I think. Let's see if she
31 for
passes
half,
the
just
30.
about half a second
She's
off
almost at the
record
50, so
pace.
about 20 meters.
Coming up to the 1,000-meter mark.
But she is stretching it open.
We're at
And it looks
3:08.
like that maybe Villalone is back there in
Brianna
3rd
Robles,
place.
Palmview, Valeria Diaz.
There's the
Sherland.
curve judges that, again, everybody that makes this possible, congratulations and thank you.
Well, we've got first place, second place, but then you have the rest of the girls. I would say, Coach, about 15, 20 yards that separates from each other.
Well, yeah, first place to 3rd is about 100 meters now.
It's about 100 meters now, and then you have the rest of the girls together, pretty much together.
Her qualifying time, Mike, was 5 minutes 15.78 seconds. She might be able to knock
Coming
that
up the
down
bell
tonight.
lap.
Let's see if it's going to be hard if she's not
3:50.
pushed.
And as we mentioned, Coach, the meet record is 5:01.09.
But I was here when that happened. I was still coaching at that time. I probably was working at this meet because I did not coach track in '09. But I was here when that happened. And I saw
Brianna
Tricia
Robles,
Terry all over
300 meters
all
to
kinds
go.
of different meets. She was an outstanding
About
runner.
4 seconds off record pace.
And
but
here
well
comes Brianna Robles from
within
Palmview,
reach of a Valley's best.
running in a race all
200
by
meters to
herself.
go.
She's got about 200 meters to
We're
go,
at
Mike.
4:30.
And she's at 4:30. If she can go about 30 seconds in this 200 meters, she'll have a chance somewhere near the record. You said 5:01.
Spring Green, ladies and gentlemen.
She's
she will
15
be-
seconds
she will have
away.
the Valley's best at this pace.
And
We're
right
at
now she's at 100.
4:50.
She's going to break her own time.
And this
She
young
may
lady was
not
running
make
for
5:01.
Alamosa College.
4:58, 4:59.
Adams
There's
College
5
in
minutes.
Alamosa.
5:01. Let's see if she can break 5:10. 7, 8, 9.
Great
job
Brianna
by
Robles.
Brianna Robles from Palmview.
Palmview.
Here comes Valeria Diaz from
Diaz.
Sherryland in second
Sherryland.
place.
And we have a race for
She
third.
ran a nice race too. Third place, I believe, was
Unofficial time
Villalone from
for first.
Palmview, and we'll
5
get the
minutes, 9.4.
results to you as quickly as
If
possible.
it stands, a new Valley's best.
We are down to 3 races, Mike. The boys 1600 and 2 relay races. An outstanding job by Brianna Robles.
She didn't set a record, Coach, but she did break her preliminary time.
By like 6 seconds, she knocked her preliminary time down, and she was
You have
in
all
the
400-meter
ballpark
relay teams pick up your
for the
hip
meet
numbers.
record.
All 400
thought
meter relay
5:01 was
teams
just
pick up your
totally
hip
out of
numbers.
reach.
You know what's impressive, Coach? Even when the camera zooms out, the way Mike Palacio is doing right here, there's still no runner behind her. That's just impressive. That's
Oh,
how
yeah.
big of a gap.
Well, she ran
had that lead.
5:09, and this girl, Mike, she's going to be in the 5:20s.
So that's
Third and
about,
final call.
oh gosh, almost 20 seconds.
Boys,
10, 15
1600
seconds difference.
meter
Yeah,
run.
that's very, very impressive.
Mike, let's have the results of that last race.
All right, Coach. Sixth place was Ana Hernandez out of Sherland Pioneer. Fifth place was Lisbeth Rivera out of Progreso. Fourth place is Doriana Vasquez out of La Feria. In third place is Andrea De La Rosa out of Brownsville Rivera. Second place was
1600
Valeria
meter run.
Diaz
Please
out of
report
Mission
to the awards
Sherryland.
area.
Your first place winner with a time of 5:09.70 was Brianna Robles out of La Jolla Palmview.
And right here off the start, Mike, Cruz Gomez shoots right out to the lead, and one of the brothers from McAllen Memorial, Williams, I'm not sure which one, actually both of them are currently in second and third place there in the baby blue uniforms. And not only are they brothers, I'm going to bet they're twins.
Identical twins.
Yeah, you look at body type, you look at hair, you look at them run right there, number 8 and number 10. Number 8 is William, number 10 is Trevor. I'm sorry, Evan and Trevor. Last name Williams, McAllen Memorial.
They're even wearing the same shoes.
Well, that might be a case that that's what your team, your coach bought for you, but it also could be what. I know the twins I raised would do everything in their power not to wear the same shoes.
They had their own identity, huh?
Oh, yeah. They wanted things their way, and they still do. And here he is still out front. Cruz Gomez from PSG Memorial really kind of just loping along with number 10, Trevor Williams, in second place.
Second place, Valeria Diaz, Sherlin at 5:24.
See the difference in body type, the difference in stride length.
And your winner,
Cruz Gomez a little more compact, looks a little more powerful, whereas Williams has a really long stride. And the field, here comes the field.
And we see a couple of runners back there trying to make a move there.
Number 2 is Dominic Cavazos from Mercedes. And here comes Edinburgh North.
Or Edinburgh North, beg your pardon.
Christian Pena. And here comes the brother, Williams, Evan Williams, into the race.
And the young man from Edinburgh North is now in third place.
So right now they're in the place of their numbers 1, 2, 3. And then we have the runner from Harlingen, Art Benavides, who has moved into fourth along with one of the Williams brothers.
We have Cruz Gomez.
And Cruz Gomez is cruising.
Dominic will be running for the University of Texas at Arlington.
Again, he qualified with a time of 4:16, meet record 4:12. He's going to need to be somewhere around
coming up in the gun lap.
3:16.
We're at 3:17.
He's going to have a hard time breaking the record with a 3:20 split going in the last lap.
And you see that young man from Mercedes there.
Dominic Cavazos tried to push him there in the curve. So if a record is going to fall, it's going to because of the push that Dominic Cavazos is giving to Cruz Gomez. Gomez now pushing. You see it in his face a little bit.
The third is Christian Pena.
See both of the young men trying to go at it there, but
with less than 200
352. We got about 150 meters to go right there, and he's going to have a hard time going 4:12. Let's see if he can break his own qualifying time of 4:16. Here comes Dominic Cavazos.
Dominic Cavazos
in second, but it looks like your winner, Mike, is going to be Cruz Gomez, PSG Memorial. Second place, Dominic Cavazos, Mercedes. And third place, I do believe, Christian Pena, Edinburgh North, followed by one of the Williams brothers. We'll catch you which one. We get the official results here. Just a moment.
Well, you got to give a lot of credit, Coach, to Cruz Gomez there on that race, able to withstand that hard push by Mercedes and finish the race strong there.
Well, he was your leader, Mike, pretty much
from the get-go.
Yeah, from the get-go. As he moves into regional rounds and stuff, there's going to be athletes that can run with him that have a kick at the end. It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of his season goes. But congratulations to Cruz Gomez. You are the winner of the boys 1,600-meter run at the 2018 Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association Meet of Champions. runners for your fastest qualifying team from Westlaco. Victoria Wynn scheduled to lead off. Eleanor Arndt running second. Lisa Marie Sanchez running third. And the anchor running fourth, Amity Ebarb, are the girls scheduled to run for the Lady Panther track and field team coached by Pablo Almaguer. Again, there is no team championship tonight. But the Lady Panthers own the record, don't they, Mike?
They do, Coach. That great relay team that set the record a couple of years ago of Eleanor Arndt, Brittany Cardenas, Stephanie Salceda, and Alida Hernandez, 2016, with a time of 4 minutes, .23.
And, you know, Mike, as I remember, they broke a record held by Westlaco in 2015 that featured Villarreal,
Angela
Villarreal,
right.
and pretty much the rest of that team. But Eleanor Arndt
Was a freshman.
is still on the team, and
Yeah.
she owns the record already, part of the team. And you have the result in the boys 1,600-meter run.
Yes, sir. In sixth place was Ana Hernandez out of Shareland Pioneer.
The girls.
The girls, correct. In fifth place was Lisbeth Rivera out of Progreso. In fourth place was Dariana Vasquez out of La Feria. In third place is Andrea De La Rosa out of Brownsville Rivera. Second place is Valeria Diaz out of Mission Sharyland. And your first place winner with a time of 5:09.70 is Brianna Robles, out of La Jolla Palmview.
So here we go. Getting ready to start the girls 1,600-meter. So the only result we don't have yet, Mike, is the boys 1,600-meter run. And that will be through in just a moment. We do know the winner was Cruz Gomez. But the gun is up. Again, your fastest qualifier in lane 4. But they're about 6 seconds off the meet record here. Each girl would have to run about 1.5 seconds faster than she usually does. Anything's possible. And here we go. Looks like we have a clean start.
The top 6 finishers in the
And the girls' 1,600-meter relay.
Run to the awards area. Top 6 finishers, boys.
And it looks like Westlaco is running well in lane 4. They've nearly caught the stagger here. And they make the turn. We'll get you the result of the boys' 1,600-meter run at the conclusion of this race. The race is only going to last about 4 minutes. So hold on here. Westlaco with the lead. Some of you may think that McCallum Memorial out there in lane 7, but because of the stagger, Westlaco is currently in the lead.
And somebody is trying to make a move there.
Palmview, I think.
Yeah, lane 7.
But once again, because of the stagger, watch the handoff.
Right.
And they just handed that off to Eleanor Arndt. These runners will be able to get over off the turn and cut into lane 1. Eleanor, shot out of a cannon, can start working her way to lane 1. And it looks like Westlaco in the lead. I'm not sure who that is in that pretty uniform with the red lettering.
This would be Eleanor Arndt's last track meet here, Coach. Is that correct?
Well, it sounds like the district and area and all that is out of here, so it very well could be. Okay, so that's Mission Vets there. It's fighting for second place and moves into second place.
Past McCallum Memorial.
And Eleanor Arndt is going to hand off first. She should be giving the baton to Lisa Marie Sanchez.
This is Westlaco.
And here comes Mission Vets in second on the chase, and McCallum Memorial in third. Lisa Marie Sanchez from Westlaco trying to open up the lead here.
He's got about a 10-yard lead on second place.
You know, you were excited about this camera angle, Mike, and now I see why. Great job there by our camera guy, Vinny Barry, over on the far side. And an angle never brought to you before on a track meet coming from Bobby Lackey on K-West, and that's a great job, guys.
And it's fair to say, Coach, that we're probably the first one to provide that kind of angle.
Well, you're getting a full lap now of coverage. You have the last turn taken care of. Now you have the other straight and turn taken care of. Great job. And let me tell you what, Lisa Marie Sanchez ran a great leg, and she's going to hand it off to the anchor, little Amity Ebarb.
Just watch her take off there.
Well, she's from a track and field family. There's been some Ebarbs that have been pretty good at track come through WISD. And she's not very big, but she's running well. And I believe that may be Palmview working their way towards second place, Mike.
She's got about a 40-yard lead there.
She
awesome.
just passed Mission Vets in a second. But it's going to be an easy cruise, I believe, for Amity Ebarb in the girls' 1,600-meter relay. Nothing drastic needs to happen here. Hold on and finish. Mike, they might have a chance at the 4-minute mark. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. It's going to be close, Mike. I said each girl had to run 1.5 seconds better to be anywhere near the record. And you know what? Eleanor Arndt's going away party may include a broken record here at the Meet of Champs 2018. We'll get those results to you as soon as we can. But what a great run by Victoria Wynn, Eleanor Arndt, Lisa Marie Sanchez, and Amity Ebarb. And that's Amity Ebarb right there. I think she peeked up at the scoreboard. Don't worry, Coach Pablo Almaguer told him what the record was.
Yeah, you see Pablo there in the corner of your screen encouraging her to go.
Miss Yvette Morales there with him.
Yeah.
Look at her looking up. She's trying to guesstimate. It's going to be close.
Yeah, that's going to be
But if
interesting to
nothing
see.
else, Mike, they beat their qualifying time by almost 7 seconds.
And then look at it. It was that second place right there, Coach.
Wow, that's going to be hard to pick. Palmview and Harlingen, I believe. And there they are, the Meet of Champs in the girls' 1,600-meter relay. Okay, we have one race left, Mike. We'll get the result of the girls' 1,600 relay in just a minute. Let's look at lane assignments for the boys' 1,600-meter run. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be our last event of the evening, coming to you from Bobby Lackey Stadium on K-West, the Facebook page live. Lane 1, Port Isabel. Lane 2, McAllen, which will feature Gunnar Henderson running. Lane 3, Pioneer. Lane 4, your fastest qualifier, Mission. They ran 3:26.66 in prelims. In lane 5, La Jolla. Lane 6, Rivera. Lane 7, Mission Vets. And in lane 8, Raymondville. Mission features Jonathan Samaniego, Alex Cordova, Felix Perez, and Jason Sananiego. Jason and Jonathan Sananiego have got to be brothers also, Mike.
Yeah, I would not argue with that.
And I would, again, almost guess twins with names like Jason and Jonathan. But who knows?
Right.
And here we go.
And the record, Coach, for the 1,600-meter relay was 3:18.64, set in 1986 by Rio Grande City.
The Valley record is maybe 15, set by Westlaco back in the day, but it didn't take place here at the Meet of Champs. And the gun's up.
Set.
And
oh, do we have a false start, perhaps?
a false start, a movement, a slip block. All that does, Mike, is gives us the opportunity to read the result of the girls' mile relay.
Yes, sir. Sixth place was Ed Couch Elsa. Fifth place is McAllen Memorial. Fourth place is Mission Veterans Memorial. Third place is La Jolla Pondview. Second place is Harlingen. And your first place winner, Coach, with a time of 4:00.99 is Wesco High. So they did not set a new record.
And what was the old record, Mike?
The old record was 4:00.23.
Wow. But congratulations, ladies.
Great effort, though.
Great effort. Long day, windy day. Drop your time to 4 minutes. Great job.
And as you mentioned, Coach, a great way to end a career for Eleanor Arndt here in Weslaco.
She won the long jump also today, and
Yes.
she was involved in some other races.
Yes.
And, you know, she's the kind of athlete that will move on. And I think she's also the kind of athlete, if she so intends, to be able to find a place to participate at the next level.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of schools out there at the next level they're going to try to pursue.
Well, once again,
Eleanor Arndt.
stay tuned to K-West, because if she signs,
We're going to have it.
It will be covered.
We will be there. Absolutely.
If you're not a friend of Facebook, if you don't follow on K-West on Facebook and on Twitter and on, if you're not doing that, you need to do it.
Absolutely. Like
if
our
you
page.
if you live in the Valley and you're not a friend of K-West on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, because we follow athletes as the Wesco ISD teams participate against the Harlingens and the Brownsvilles and the Edinburghs, you'll be able to follow what the Wesco teams are doing. And when they're playing against your team, you get to follow your team too.
And for those that are asking, well, what do we type out or what do we search? It's K-West-Wesleco ISD, just like our page.
So like us on Facebook, like us on Twitter, like us on YouTube, join the YouTube page. And here we go, the boys 1,600-meter relay. Again, your fastest qualifier in lane 4, the team from Mission. And I do not believe that is Mission out in the lead right now. I believe that's Rivera.
Yeah, Brownsville Rivera.
Once again, you got to remember the stagger on the track. But that young man is running well for Rivera. Got to remember that Mission has some guys like Alex Cordova who ran great races already tonight in the headband there in the middle of the track. Here comes Mission.
He's won 2 races, I think, Coach. Is that correct? The 400 and I think either the 200 or the 100.
I think 4 and 2.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well, that's
a great athlete there.
Yeah. And running for
in the Mission
Pioneer, right?
And then we got, I think, Mission
Frankie
Veterans.
Aranda is scheduled to run for Pioneer, but that's a big man. And somebody hit those little cones, and it went flying, Mike.
That's the first time we see that.
And Mission out front. Is that
Mission Veterans, it looks like?
Vets in second, Rivera in third. As they make the handoff, and Vets pulls through. Mission Veterans, that was Landry Gilpin. We've heard that name before. The outstanding athlete and son of head coach Gilpin from Mission Vets, the quarterback, running on the mile relay, putting his team in the lead over the hometown rivals, Mission. But here comes Rivera.
Yes, sir. Making a
Danny Limon from Brownsville Rivera works their way back in the race.
Mission Veterans there making a move in the turn. And Mission High now making a move themselves. This is a great race.
Eddie Vasquez from Mission Vets worked his way back. Here comes Pioneer, Mike. Running third leg, Diego Salas from Pioneer back in the race. Mission, Pioneer. But there's the anchor for Mission. I believe that's Alex Cordova.
That's a young man.
And I believe they changed their order there.
Yeah.
Because he's listed running second. But who's that in the red, Mike?
That's the number 5, it looks like.
La Jolla? That would be Mark Hernandez from La Jolla.
the Coyotes.
Yes, worked his way into the race. And Mission tries to hold on.
Mark Hernandez La Jolla.
They qualified
Into
with
the
a time of
finish.
3:26, Mike, and they're going to blow
Mission.
that away here today.
La Jolla.
Pioneers
And
making
here
a move
comes
for second.
Pioneer back into the race.
Oh, this was a
Mission.
great race, Coach. What a way to finish out the meet.
And I'm going to say that it's La Jolla Pioneer there. Gunnar Henderson anchored his team to 4th. And here comes the end of the race. And we'll get you those results. While we're waiting on those official results, let me take just a few minutes as we look at the final leg here. Great run by
With
Mission
races like
High.
that, ladies and gentlemen,
You
cannot
see in the camera there, you see Mission, La Jolla, Palmview,
help but give
and
this
McAllen High
gentleman, all
School.
these athletes a great hand for
But let's
today's
give a
race
quick
then.
shout
This will
out
be
to
one of the
Superintendent of
better
Schools, Dr.
meet-up
Priscilla Canales,
champions
and the WISD
that I
School
have
Board
seen.
for
43.
making all this possible. Athletic Director Oscar
careful on the way
Riojas,
home.
everybody involved in the
Meet
officers
next
and the
week.
membership
Doesn't
of the
matter.
Rio Grande
Thursday,
Valley
Raymond
Coaches
Hill on Thursday.
Association. And then, of
And the
course,
Texas
all the guys
relays, for
connected
those
with
of those who are going
K-West.
to the Texas relays,
Carlos
good luck.
Robledo, the director of K-West.
your district
Tonight's
is-
director on the control, Don Ramirez on the camera, Val Zamora, Vinny Berry, and Mike Palacios on the replay. Mario Palacios, Joe Leal running the sound, and of course the First Lady, the Queen of K-West, Darlene Gracia, for the graphics and everything else she does. But I wanted to just take a minute, and I'm going to take one more minute and thank everybody, WISD, for allowing me to do this for the last 4 years. It's been a lot of fun, and hopefully it's not my last, but it could be. And still got baseball and softball, and hope the All-Star game coming up. But what a great ride.
A great ride, Coach. I mean, when you think about it, all those years you spent as a coach for both Weslaco High in the 80s, early 90s, to Weslaco East in the 2000s, and helping develop that football program to where they're at today. And then you join the K-West crew.
Well, K-West makes it an even 20, Mike. I had 7 years at Wesco High, 9 years at Wesco East, and 4 years with K-West. So that made it an even 20. Outstanding job, everybody here, everybody involved in the Meet of Champions, the Rio Grande Valley Coaches Association's Showcase Track Meet. This is K-West. For Mike Gonzalez, this is Coach John Boswell, and the whole K-West crew, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.